And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another live production here on the network. We're here at Prairie, Texas, where we're getting set between the Northwestern Demons versus the Prairie A&M University Panthers. Another with me is Coach Hines. Northern, how you doing, Coach Northern?
I'm doing enjoy this weather and see a good football game.
Yes, sir. Both teams are bouncing off of a loss of last week. The Northwestern Demons fell short by a score. I couldn't say fell short, but they lost by a score of 70-0 to Cincinnati, and Prairie by a score of 38-17 to Rice. So as for the Prairie Panthers, coach, they're trying to turn things around from last week. What is the game plan going into?
Number one thing they're gonna have to do is try to establish the run. They hadn't been hitting on all cylinders. Like they've been one block short of making some successful plays in the running game. Then they got. I think that's gonna open up the passing game a little bit if they can uh, be able to pound the ball here and then run when they want to, and only throw when they have to, and try to see if they can get efficient on first down. I think they want to average 4 to 5 yards on first down. So if they can do that, that'll mean a lot to the football.
Absolutely. This will be the second meetup between these two teams, as Prairie was actually able to come out victorious last time by a score of 37-31. It ended up being a last uh, game stop at the goal line for the Panthers. So, of course, they're trying to at least scarcity of a big three today, Coach.
Yeah, that was a tight game. I remember being able to see a little bit of it on TV, and I have it come down to pretty much the last way. I just thought that was, it was a watch, but glad the Panthers won the game. But it was tough looking at some of the scenarios that Prairie should have all down here, their high point of the ball. But at the end of the day, there's no such thing as when you win, you win. You'd rather win than a pretty loss.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. Yeah.
we don't want pretty losses.
Yes, sir.
And it's gonna mean a lot for the conference as well, trying to get back against some Southern Conference teams. I know Prairie versus State. Grambling is playing with East Texas A&M or something that they call themselves now. So it'll be big conference if we can get two wins versus teams of in that area.
Yes, sir. Both teams coming in today with a record of 1-2. As for the North State, coming out of the Southland Conference, these guys are. This will be the end of their three-game road trip in here at Prairie. End things on the right track as they will be Texas A&M for their homecoming game. Well, that'll be in 2 weeks. As for the Panthers, they'll try and actually say get back into winning ways as their next matchup will be against Grambling for the State Fair Classic, but they got to take care of business here first, Coach.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you're gonna catch guys looking forward when you've been on a two-game losing streak after the emotional win your first. I think the Panthers realize they can't look past anybody, and I think they're gonna see that if they play a football, which they want to have some big plays on both sides of the beat themselves in the special team game. I think they can see that they can beat a lot of people if they do the small things right.
Absolutely. It's going to be blackout night here for the Panthers, but please do not criticize me when I describe out the uniforms. We were debating about this, but it is a unique look for the Panthers as they will be wearing the purple helmet with the purple trim with the gold numbers with the black pants with the Panthers going across the side. As for for the away team Demons, they'll be coming out with the white helmet with the white top, orange stripes going across the patch with the white pants with the orange solid stripe going down on the side as they're making their way out on the tunnel right now. And I guess you could say it's bike night two here, Coach, as we just out here talking about the little the stingrays you talking about trying to get yourself into, Coach.
The slingshots.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you look at it, man, West State almost looked like Auburn's
That's what I was
road
thinking earlier.
road
Yeah.
uniform right down the middle. So, you can sort of picture Auburn in there all white with the orange stripe down their pants. And then Prairie View, we're going to see if they come out with some different jerseys on. But it'll be an exciting ball game.
Yes, sir. As tonight's officials, tonight's game will be Eric Brunson, Jamie Murray, Craig Morton, Darren Crawford, Lawrence Gross III, David Boone, Thaddeus Azor, and Tony Ross. So those young men, I should say, or old gentlemen, trying to officiate as we would say, a Panther victory today, Coach.
Yeah, it looked like we got some wind that's picking up. Hopefully, we don't get one of those straight thunder. You can see from our vantage point is blowing from to the field house.
Yes, sir. Eventually, we have, we'll say, some of the times we've been running weather issues, but luckily, we've been able to avoid some of them and not push the game back too far. But right now, we're looking into the skies. Look, dark clouds going to evade us, and the Panthers are making their way out onto the field right now, getting ready to set for this kickoff, Coach. It's a nice turnout, cool weather, much cooler. It was a little hot earlier, so hopefully these teams can adjust to the heat and the climate as Prairie Panthers are trying to turn their ways here at Black Shear here at this home contest. So we'll step away momentarily. Keep it right where you got it. You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
This broadcast is being made possible by the support of the Athletic Club. The Prairie View Athletic Club is a proud supporter of Prairie View A&M University athletics. For more information on becoming a member of the Prairie View Athletic Club, send your email to pvathletic.club@gmail.com. That email address again is pvathletic.club@gmail.com. Prairie View Athletic Club, a proud supporter of Prairie View A&M University athletics.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Panther Stadium, or well known as Black Field. I'd like to take this time before we get right into kickoff to thank our sponsors. I'd like to thank the Temple of Refuge Street located in Prairie View, Texas. And we'd like to thank the Prairie View Athletic Club serving the Panthers since 1986. Proud partner with the Open Mic Broadcast Network. So as we get set here, Coach, the Demons will get the football to start off this contest moving from left to right. What's the main focus of the Panthers on the defensive side here?
Stopping the run game, because if you look at it, they are only averaging about 70 yards passing per game and around 50% completion rate. So you definitely want to stop the run and don't give them anything, make them have to throw the ball.
Yes, sir. So now Carlos Villagomez will come out set to kick from his own 35. Blackout night here on the campus of Prairie A&M University. Panthers trying in here on blackout night.
Main thing, get a good start. See if you can get a 3-and-out or a turnover on your first drive on defense.
Yes, sir. Because like to mention, you are playing one of the disciplined teams so far that committed the fewest penalties by 15 and 38 total for them. And we got a muff punt right here, and actually going to be able to return on it was number 32 for the D. Hudson.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if he lost it in the light. It looked like he just judged it. The wind is blowing, like say, from right to left, and the Panthers are kicking from right to left. So it may have gone back a bit further. I thought we get a better kick than that, a deeper kick, but it worked out in the Panthers' favor, getting the ball on the 17-yard line.
Hudson was trying to make the over-the-shoulder catch about the 20-yard line. It took a bad bounce, and luckily it stayed in his favor and his arm. They're going to get this one started at their own 17-yard line. It's going to be a handoff going to the right. Number 3, that is Kobe Burrow on the carry, and he picked up a good gain, about 7 right there on the run, coach.
Yeah, just a simple zone play.
This next one's going to go right back to him. 3. We'll say he needed 2 and picked up 3 on that one. So he gets 2 back-to-back carries to the running back and gets the first down.
Yeah, they must have a series of plays because they went straight to the line of scrimmage with their plays. And it looks like they have about 3 or 4 tight ends out there. So I don't expect them to pass the ball at all.
So now they're trying to hurry up the offensive line now. The quarterback for the Demons is number 10, Abraham Johnson. He was on the quarterback keeper, design keeper, running to the right side of the field, and he's going to be tackled at about the 31-yard line. So they're going to make it a 2nd down and 7 now for the Demons.
Yeah, good job, just the quarterback, old school, right? And the safety came down and made a great tackle.
So 2nd down and 7 now for the Demons. Ball is at their own 31-yard. 13:43 remaining here in the first quarter. Huddled up are the Demons right now. Now they just break the huddle, assembling to the line of scrimmage. Johnson in the shotgun formation. He's going to keep this one on the design quarterback draw. He's trying to run to the left side of the field, but he's going to run into a host of Panthers waiting on him, but not until he picked up about 4 yards right there.
Yeah, just a quarterback power. Like I say, I don't expect some smaller guys. So they ran 2 tight ends off and brought 2 receivers. This may be another 50-50 run or pass type of situation right here.
Scoreboard saying about 3rd down and 5, and they just now corrected 3rd down and 4 now for the Demons. Ball is spotted at their own 34-yard line. It's going to be a huge stop for the Panthers. They can slow down and force out a point right here. So formation for Johnson now looking to pass and going to connect with his tight end at the 45. Finally going to be brought down at the 50. Pass midfield into Panthers territory. We're going to officially say at the 48.
Yeah, just a bootleg, and he found the tight end throw. I don't expect a lot of drop back pass from these guys.
They're trying to read all now. Let's get the correct spot. It is the Panthers 48. And so now we're ready to get into action. As it's going to be Johnson trying to find some room to. It's going to just end up taking the sack here for a loss of 2 yards.
His helmet came off, so they have to bring another quarterback in. They went play action and ran what we call a flat route with a post corner behind it, and I thought one looked a little bit open that he thrown it low, but that's a tough read for him. So I'm thinking they may want to pass the ball right here. That may be why they call a timeout, because the quarterback's helmet came off. Since they call a timeout, they can now bring him back in the ball game.
Yeah, they had the quarterback Eli Anderson coming in for momentarily, but like I said, a quick timeout. So we're going to stay right here because I know that's not going to be too long of a timeout, the 2-minute timeout out there. So far, the Panthers defense, you got to stop that run game, like you said, Coach. It's kind of not been able to the first couple of.
Yeah, I just think it's some run fit issues. Be easily corrected. Northwestern line is not small at all, so, and I don't know how tight the splits is from where they are now when they on the field in one direction or another. But they got some nice kids up front, I'll tell you that.
So 2nd down and 12 now. Both teams break the huddle formation for Johnson. Fakes the handoff, looking to pass, going to take a shot downfield. Is going to connect with his receiver, but he's going to end up taking a big hit, but does end up holding on to the reception. The receiver, number 9.
They ran what they call a high-low, shallow cross mesh route, trying to rub one guy off the other.
So that's Davis on the reception. I'm going to say he picked up 9 on a reception, so they're going to make it a 3rd down and 3 now for him. The ball is at the Panthers' 39-yard line. Shotgun formation for Johnson. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to his left. Gets the snap. It's going to be design quarterback. He's going to try to run this one. It's going to be initially stopped, but getting an extra push and got pulled for a second.
They had him stopped, and the Demon offensive lineman pulled him for the first down. He barely got it, but he did get pulled forward by his teammates. That's one thing they're thinking about changing. It used to be you could push a guy, but you couldn't pull him. So I think they may go back to that rule pretty soon.
Yes, sir. Able to get the 3 yards that he needed. So now it's going to be able to give them a fresh set of downs for first 4. The Demons ball and spotted at the Panthers' 38-yard line. Again, moving from right in the shotgun formation for Johnson. Fakes the handoff, looking to pass, going to step up in the pocket, going to lose, and finally recovered. Good awareness right there by the running back, Myron Hicks. But causing that fumble for the Panthers was number 93. That was Jamal Marshall with a good hit right there, Coach.
And you can see the guys, they can get after him on the drop back pass, even though it was play action. But if he's in one spot, the guys can get to him. We just got to cover down, what they call cover down. He has nowhere to go on his first read.
So that fumble was able to go for a positive gain for the for 1 yard. So to make it a 2nd down and 9 now for him. Johnson's going to fake the handoff. Going to take this one and cut up to the left side of the field to make a back cut up the middle. But only going to get a small gain right there. Only going to say he got 2 yards right there.
Yeah, he's taking a pounding, to be honest with you, really in the ball game. He got folded over. I see one of the Demon offensive linemen went out of the game as well.
So the Demons are putting together a long, lengthy drive here already. 9:25 to go here in the first quarter. They're looking at a 3rd down. I'm going to say 7 for them. Ball is spotted. You can say they are in field goal range, but you want to say they want to keep this drive alive. At least try to make it a 4th down. So shotgun formation for Johnson. Is going to hand this off to the running back. That is Hicks. And Hicks is going to just run into his own offensive line for maybe getting a yard.
They're in field goal range. That's going to be a long one into the wind. Going for it on 4th down, which makes sense because if they punt the ball, it's only going to be a 10 gain. So you might as well go for it. Expect maybe a rollout or something like that.
Yeah, from here to be about a 50-yard field goal. So they are going to keep the offense out on the field. 4th and 7 now. 4 minutes. Shotgun formation for Johnson. Got 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right.
That's the line.
All right, does get his split now. Gets the height. He's going to take this one and just
good.
pooch punt it himself. See if it goes into the end zone. Takes a Northwestern
he
bounce.
was in the end zone. He stepped on the line.
So the Demons able to get the punt by Johnston.
They got lucky the Panthers didn't blitz, because had they blitzed, they probably hit. But the other thing is, it looked like the guys that touched it down were in the end zone. So since it's a TV timeout, maybe one of Prairie View coaches to see if they can get that reviewed.
So while they take the timeout, we'll step away momentarily, but keep it right where you got it. You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
We certainly hope that you're enjoying our live coverage of Panther football right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. While we're breaking the action, we want to ask all of our listeners, have you been thrilled with the content sports coverages provided to you here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network? If so, we want to take this opportunity to let you know, for 17 cents a day, yes, you heard it correctly, for just 17 cents a day, you can become a listening partner right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. To do so, all you have to do is head to our website at obnradio.com. Again, that's obnradio.com, and fill out the inquiry form at the bottom of the page, and your monthly contributions will help us continue bringing you live and delayed sports coverages throughout Waller County and beyond. And again, it's only on the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the station designed with you in mind.
And welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen, to Panther Stadium, where the Panthers are going to get their first look here, Coach, but pinned up in their own end zone. Well, backed up in their own, pinned at their own 1 yard line.
You might see what we call a shot play, just try to get some. I'm pretty sure Northwestern is going to bring a blitz off one of these edges. So let's see if we get a blitz with a deep throw.
So Rogers in at quarterback for them. It's going to be a handoff to the running back, Bingman, and Bingman is going to get in his offense some extra breathing room, get this up to his own 5 yard line, so make it, let's say, roughly a 2nd down and 7 now, so a little bit more breathing room for this offense to work.
That's all you need, a little bit of space.
Got a little stoppage in the play right now. Have the offense bringing in a substitution, so the referees letting the Demons get a quick substitution. So now we're ready to go pistol formation for Rogers. He's going to hand it to Bingman once again. Bingman trying to run to the left side, trying to follow his blockers, but it's going to be held up for about 2 yards right there. Couldn't really get the hole that he wanted to right there, Coach.
Yeah, it looked like he had a little bit of a cutback, but that gap closed up pretty quickly. So I think what they looking at it to see how they're gonna play that backside in.
So now let's get a 3rd down and manageable. 3rd down and 3 for Rogers and this offense. Shotgun formation now working. Tight set, 2 to his left, 2 to his right. Gets a snap, looking to pass. Now rolling to his right, going to take a shot in the head. So he's going to be hit immediately. He's going to be short of the 1st down, I think.
Yeah, order too short.
Trying to connect with Rodney Oho right there. Like you said, make it a 4th down and 1. And just about to say, do right here, Coach, but you got to flip the field.
Yeah, the Northwestern defenders did a good job of their zones, and then once they saw the ball thrown, they had a little bit of air under it. If it had been a little bit more zip, he would have caught able to get the 1st down. But those guys did a good job of rallying to the football and making a tackle.
So the Demons, assumingly, are able to force a 3 and out for the Panthers. This is going to be a punt by Webb. Didn't see a fair catch signal called at first. And that was by number 32, Ben Bussin. So we'll step away momentarily. We'll take another quick timeout. But keep it right. We got no score here at Panther Stadium. The Northwestern will get their second look at things here when they get the ball back out of this timeout. Keep it right after this.
Hey, it's the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. Just want to remind you that after the games, you can join us for the 1876 after party post-game show and down the ins and the outs of the game that was A&M University Panthers. You can join us 15 minutes at conclusion of the ball games. That's the after party 1876 post-game show right here on the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
And welcome back here, ladies and Panther Stadium, where we're at no score here in the first quarter between Western Demons and the Prairie A&M University Panthers. So far, both teams got a good look at each other in that first drive, Coach. But the Panthers get to open up that playbook like they wanted to. They were pinned deep inside their own side. But now they got a chance to really flip the field a little bit, chance to give the defense a shot to get them that ball back. So what's their plan here now?
Stop the run on 1st down. Let's see. Northwestern has quite a few of the tight end guys. Somewhat of what we call a heavy package. So I don't see maybe one wide receiver out there, and all the rest of tight ends and fullback. So I would, not a betting man, but if I had to bet, I would bet this going to be a running play.
Johnson ready to go back out there with this Demon offense, working in the shotgun formation. Again, the Demons moving from left to right. 2 receivers to his left, none to his right. Gets the snap, fakes the handoff, looking to pass, going to take a shot downfield, and him and his receiver are on the same page right there.
And the one receiver out there is the one he threw it to. So, like I said, I would have lost that bet, but and I should have thought about it. They got the ball at P&10, which is the very first series, at about midfield. So that'll lead to a little bit more play action. So, but I still would have thought they would have ran the ball with all those big guys there because it looked like it was only a one-man route.
Yeah, he was trying to hit his wide receiver Webb right there on the left side of the field, but Webb was running more to the midfield as that ball went to the left side. So it's going to make it a 2nd down and 10 now for the Demons. Man in motion coming from to left. It's going to fake the handoff and keep this one. It's Johnson trying to follow his running back as his lead blocker, but
Yes.
gets messed up and blown up right there, and maybe gets a yard right there. But I'm seeing a yard right
Tackle
there.
for loss. That's a good job by the defense playing inside out of that. Um, and just like I say, a lot of times when you get that pass on 1st down, 2nd down is going to be a running play if it's incomplete pass. So the Panthers playing tennis, doing a good job of, like I say, they not tackle so far.
Demons ball is spotted at the old 48-yard line. 5:25 remaining here in the first quarter. Shotgun formation for Johnson. Got 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Dropping back, looking past. They're trying to set up the screenplay. He's going to be able to do so. Has 1 block of the beat. Maybe cuts back up to 22, 21. So good screen call right there by the Demons. And they're going to try to hurry up and try to snap another one here, Coach.
Yeah, I can hear the coaches saying NASCAR, which means they're going to go at a fast tempo. But one of the offensive linemen's shoes hit the referee. I don't know if you see the big shoe in the middle of the field about the, 28, 29-yard line.
Yeah, they were trying to move fast and not to give the Panthers any substitutions, but had to take a chance there as it's going to be a shot down towards the end zone. It's going to be Johnston rolling to his right, set his feet for a second, and threw it to the end zone to that receiver as number 8. His tight end, Luke Carter, went up, Coach.
Yeah, it was a good play by him. Looked like he ran a wheel right off the play action. Just one-on-one outside. He won the one-on-one battle with the Panther defensive back. He wasn't in bad position, but didn't get his hand on the ball when he was playing the guy's hands.
So 21 yards out. Johnson's with his tight end. The Demons will get the first scoring into this one. They get the lead now, 7-0 here in the first quarter. The Panthers will step away, but keep right where you got it. You're listening to Mike Broadcast Network.
How you doing? It's the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince with the Open Mic Broadcast Network. People often ask us, how can they enjoy our daily content that we provide at the network? Well, several ways you can do so. You can first go to the website at obnradio.com. Once you get to the website, there is a 24-hour stream that you can listen to. And in the event that there's a live game going on, you can listen by clicking live link or by dialing 857-700-0000. For those of you who may miss the live coverage, you can always join in on our channel at Open Mic Broadcast Network. And that, my friend, is how you stay up to date, provided each and every day here from the Open Mic Network.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Panther Stadium, where the Northwestern Demons were able to go 4 plays, Coach, and 51 yards. Only took seconds to cash out that 21-yard touchdown pass.
The screen pass was pretty big for him. On 3rd down, Panthers sent pressure, so there was a gap between the defense. That was a bigger play actually than a touchdown because it got them out of being backed up, getting ready to punt the ball, and then they went to their NASCAR series and scored very quickly after that.
So the Panthers are going to get this one now. Score 7-0. We got 4 minutes and 31 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Panthers will get their second look at things here. First drive stalled out. We're backed up. First possession started at the own 1 yard line and turned it up. They had to punt it away, which ended up giving the Demons good starting field position. It was, like I say, they were able to go 4 plays into the end zone. So this was going to be a return. Probably would have been best off just letting that go for a fair catch and this was Stewart trying to get a good return, but maybe he's going to get past the 15. They're going to say he got to the 16-yard line.
Still don't see a ball down. Is there a penalty that we didn't see?
I'm the
Oh, it's a penalty. So it may be a sideline warning.
we have a penalty marker near the Northwestern side line there. Wait the call from head official Eric Blunston. As right now they're trying to talk to the head coach for Northwestern. That is Blaine McClurky.
I couldn't hear what he said because he didn't do a signal.
The penalty marker going against the kicking team, and it got declined.
Well, if it was, if I was Prairie, I would have made them kick that ball over. Oh, got him off sides.
So the Panthers going to try and get a free
play.
play.
And pass interference. That should be pass interference, guy.
So trying to connect with Oho right here towards the left side of the field. Panthers sideline had a free play. Getting
and they may have said that pass because Ojo did push off a little bit, but the guy from Northwestern grabbed him back quickly. So it may have been one of those no harm, no foul. 1st and 5. This may be another shot play right here.
So 1st and 5 now for the Panthers now. Ball is spotted at their own 22-yard line. It's going to hand it off to the running back. He's trying to find some room to run. He does it so successfully. Run to the right side was Bingman. Hit a nice hole, picked up about 14 yards on that carry, Coach.
Yeah, looked like it was a more like a counter where they had the wide receiver coming in motion and he followed the backside guard and actually did a very good job to make a key block to Spring Bingman. So that was a good action right there for the Panthers. Get them out the hole. Didn't have to throw the ball, put the ball in harm's way. So, like I say, don't be surprised if we see that again. Yes. And then don't be surprised if we see a bootleg off of that as well.
Absolutely. Like I said, the Panthers are one to establish that run game. Unfortunately, wasn't able to run the ball efficiently like they wanted to last week against Rice. But, of course, they're going to try to run the ball efficiently here, Coach. And so far, they have done so these last play.
Yeah. And then, like I say, it's different, too. When you backed up, you want to limit your running plays because you don't want to get a holding call. Let the guys do something very basic. And you don't want to do a long development play. You want to do quick hitters when you backed up.
So that injured Demon is able to walk off the field on his own power. But now the Panthers have it here. 1st and 10, ball is spotted at their own 38-yard line. 3:55 remaining here in the first quarter. Rogers in the shotgun formation, looking to pass, flick the handoff, steps up in the pocket. It's going to take a shot downfield, trying to connect with his receiver, Stewart. But him and Stewart are not on the same page right there.
Yeah, that's a ball we call it throwing to the opposite goalpost on a post route. He threw it to the near goalpost, and the receiver was going across. But, like I said, that's another a good design play. We just got to execute it a little bit better.
Yeah, Stewart had him beat by 2 yards right there, Coach. I know Rogers wants to have that one back.
And the corner route came open as well.
So now it's going to make it a 2nd down and 10 now for the Panthers. Ball's going to be handed off to Bingman, the running back. He's going to try to run to the right side and able to do successfully and lowers the shoulder.
A good block by that tackle right there. To Spring Bing, let him get to the outside to do it and to do it without getting a holding penalty. So we got a 3rd and maybe a long 4. So we
had a stoppage in the play for a little bit. Bingman did run out of bounds.
Oh, they stopped the game clock. It should be running. Yeah, once the ball is set, the clock should start again. They may okay, now they got to reset the play clock.
So right now it's a 3rd down and 4. Clock is running. Seems like we're ready to roll here. 3:20 remaining here in the first quarter. Empty formation for Carter. 2 receivers to his right, 3 to his left. Bingman most going to keep it this time. Carter's going to run up the
Touchdown.
middle. Carter's at the 40. Carter's at the 30. Carter's at the 25. He's got no man to catch him. He's at the 5. He's going to be in for the touchdown, coach.
Yes, you can see on the speed sweep read or the power read once he got past those linebackers, but because they were in what we call a mug look, like they were showing cover zero, but they didn't blitz it. And a lot of times when you playing it against a team that tries to bring pressure or simulate pressure, once you get past that first wave, it can be a big play for you.
So Carter is able to go 56 yards into the end zone, and the Panthers are a point after away from having this contest all time. Number 47.
Oh, high snap.
So misfortune.
Just make sure they don't pick it up and score. Yeah.
So it was a high snap. And the placeholder number 86 for the Panthers, Diego Alfer, couldn't maintain it. And luckily Webb was just able to fall on it to prevent any demons from picking up the ball and securing an extra 2 points from him right there. So that's where we're going to have it here. 3:06 remaining here in the first quarter. The Northwestern leading by a score of 7-6. We're keeping it right here. We're going to hurry to get the teams back out there for the kickoff. Just about the same, coach. He was able to answer the drive by the Northwestern Demons, but you can't even finish it off cleanly with the poor snap right there.
Yeah, it was a little bit high and a little bit hot, so that's not good for the holder. So it's good they didn't pick it up and score the 2 points. Not that would have made it a field goal game. So it's still a one possession game. That's where you want it early in the game. Just keep it close. See if our defense can get back out there and get a stop after the immediate score. Because a couple of times when they have gotten a score, the defense may come back out and give it right back to them.
So this kick from Billy Gomez is going to be received by Ben Bussin.
Yeah. Almost had him at the 25. It's tough, and sometimes when you're running down so fast and a guy catches it sort of close to you, it's hard to break down and still make the tackle. Sometimes you tell him, like, don't step on his toes. If you step on his toes, you'll run into the middle of the man and be able to get him to the ground.
Again, it is blackout night here in Prairie View Stadium. Panthers wearing the purple helmet, the purple jerseys with the gold numbers, with the black pants, with the Panthers going down the side of the pants.
So they got formation into the boundary. I would be expecting something a little funny right here.
Shotgun formation for Johnson. It's going to hinge off to the running back. He's trying to run to the right side. Lowering that shoulder was the running back Hicks on the carry right there. Able to pick up a positive gain after he lowered that shoulder for another gain of 9 yards right there.
Just good old power running game right there.
So second down, we're going to say he picked up 8. So 2nd down and 2 now for Johnson to avoid the first sack. Trying to avoid the second. We're just going to take this one and throw it away. In his face, all in his face right there was number 3 for the Panthers. Now it's Sterling Roberts, coach.
Yeah, Roberts does a good job. I mean, his effort level is very high, constantly, getting after the quarterback on some of the delay reads, getting there. So he does a good job of harassing people, standing in the backfield, playing from sideline to sideline.
Roberts is trying to clean up his teammates' first initial pressure, but couldn't get him down, but was able to cause enough havoc just to force Johnson to throw this one away to force a 3rd down. So it'll make a 3rd down and 2 now for the spotted at their own 38-yard line. Pistol formation, design run.
Make the tackle. That's all they have to do.
To the left side, and it's going to be wrapped up by a host of pass. Like you said right there, just make the simple tackle, and they did right there.
Man, that's one of the things like we talked about last week. They may have missed that tackle, and now today, so making the tackles that they have a chance to make. So it's good for the Panthers Look, stretch that option out, turn it to a pitch. Now you can use your speed to run sideline to sideline.
Back deep to receive this punt for the Panthers. Jeremiah Aaron, he's standing at about his own 25-yard line. To punt this ball away for the Demons will be number 17, Cooper Evans. Cooper Evans gets a
Oh,
low
bad
snap, a
kick.
no kick.
Oh, he might need to pick that up. Nobody was to that side of the field. If he had a chance to pick that up, it would have probably been him and the punter because three of their guys all tripped over each other right on the far hash from where we are in the press box.
When absolutely, and nobody saw that the punt went the opposite
Yeah.
direction where everybody was expecting it to go.
And you see the coach talking to him now. So most of the time when you're on the hash, you try to kick it to the numbers on that hash. And he shanked that punt, which really worked in their favor, that it didn't take a big hop. But, Panthers get the ball at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, it took a nice little roll too for him too, so there's a little bit of a benefit for him. But like I said, if the Panthers was paying attention to that, we could have gave them better starting field position. But they have it here, moving from right to left. Ball is at their own 25-yard line. Carter looking to pass, gonna throw this to the receiver on the design screen on the left side of the field over there, near side, and go to pick up a positive gain of 5 yards on that one.
That's all you need on the first down. Good old what we call a tunnel screen. And they got Northwest State running from sideline to sideline. So I expect they'll come back to that and maybe throw it to the wide side of the field.
So now Carter's ready to hand this
Another
off
long
to
run right here.
Bingman's got one man to beat, trying to follow his blocker to get him cuts back upside the field. It's going to finally brought down past midfield, past the 45, and pass into the 38-yard line of the Demons. So good run right there by Bingman.
They need the doggone pulling lineman. I want to say it was the left guard that had a kick-out block, and it was a devastating kick-out block going against another good guy. And he got enough of a crease to that front side to where Beam could make a long run like that.
Shotgun formation for Carter. Carter's going to hand this one off to Bingman. Bingman trying to run to the right side, tried to bounce out of a tackle, but not getting out of that one. Was he doing?
Yeah, they had some quick penetration that made that ball bounce outside. Had he been able to hit it inside, he would have had a lot more running room. But because of quick penetration, I want to say by the nose guard, a big number 90 for them, he had to bounce that ball to the outside. So they probably going to let the ball, unless they're going to try to throw it, let the quarter run out.
There's 8 seconds remaining here. They're going to see if they try to get one more play off, and it looks like they were trying to get them to jump off sides
and then take the deep shot.
But that will end things here in the first quarter. The Northwestern Demons leading by a score of 7-6. We'll take a quick break. We'll keep it right where you got it. We'll be right back right after this. You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
Join us daily for Southwestern Athletic Conference and Prairie View A&M University Panthers coverage on the Open Mic Broadcast Network. By far, we are the only network in the community that is providing this type of coverage each and every day for the Prairie View A&M University Panthers. Don't forget, you can join in on the website at obnradio.com. Click on the 24-hour stream, listen to content that way, or you can subscribe to our YouTube channel at the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Panther Stadium, where the Panthers have this one looking at a 2nd down and 13. Flipping the field, they'll have this one moving left to right now. That's just before we get back into the start of action here in the second quarter. We'd like to remind our listeners that you can share your scores and stories on our 24-hour message line by texting or calling at 936-463-2405. Again, the number is 936-463-2405. You can also support the Open Mind Broadcast Network by visiting obnradio.com and clicking the donate button today. As we get set coming out of that timeout, Panthers to see if they can take their first lead here in the game, Coach. So far, a clean first quarter for both teams.
Yeah, no turnovers. Some big plays on both sides. Let's see if we can get the momentum or keep the momentum going. Had a couple big runs, so it's second and long right here.
Yeah, one of those big runs just came in this drive, a 31-yard run by Bingman. So now it's a second down and 13 now for Carter and his Prairie offense. It's going to be a pass to the wide receiver, number 11. A quick pass here, or just a little quick curl.
Yeah, I hadn't seen a safety play this time. This joker, the free safety, when he's at free, plays about 20 yards off the ball. Indicate the coverage, whether it's going to be cover 1 or cover 3.
But that reception does make it a third down and manageable. Makes it a third down and 4. Carter and this offense working in the shotgun formation. Got a new running back in there. It's going to be handing pitch just went to McDowell. McDowell trying to stiff arm defenders.
First down.
And what a hard run by McDowell. Doing so, running to the left side of the field and stiff arm defenders.
Thank you.
Able to.
Oh,
they're going to say he was a yard shot. He got him with the lunge, getting the ball forward. But it's going to make it a fourth down and 2. And Jackson's going to keep the offense out on the field, working in a shotgun formation. Going to fake the handoff. It's going to keep this one. It's Carter. Carter's going to
first down. He almost broke it.
Almost broke out of a tackle. Got a shoestring tackle. If he was able to get out of that one, probably would have been another house call, Coach, for Carter.
Yeah, they doing the Panthers doing a good in that gap scheme where we get some down blocks and some pullers and some kickouts. So they haven't
only needed to pick up 2 and picked up 4. So they would have make it the first down and 10 now for them. Ball is at the Northwestern's 27-yard line. Shotgun formation, man in motion, come from left to right. He's going to take this one. It's a fake pass. Going to take a shot downfield. It's going to be intended for the number 11, Rockwell. Thought he got bumped before the ball got there, but we're not seeing any penalty markers.
Yeah, when the ball is thrown like that, to stop and jump immediately and make the guy run into him. If you keep fading to the referees.
So they were trying to throw the
good design play right there.
Yeah, great time to call that one. Just I wouldn't say a little bit of an underthrow, just couldn't come back enough to the ball, but just great defense by Northwestern alongside right there. Almost got caught falling asleep. This one's going to be a pitch to McDowell. Excuse me, to Bingman.
Good tackle by the cornerback right there.
Again, another shoestring tackle right there. If Bingman's able to get out of that one, he at least got the first down. But that's a good open field tackle to make this a third down and we'll say 8 for the Panthers. Ball is spotted at the Northwestern 5-yard line, but on the left hash here. So it'll be a tough spot to go for a field goal, especially with the wind blowing in your face right now. Third down and 8. Tight ends come into motion. Shotgun formation for Carter. 2 receivers to his right. The ball's going to be handed off to Bingman on the quarterback draw. Good play call right there to pick up 10 yards right there.
It's like one guy ran by him and didn't even see him with the ball. I don't know if he was expecting a play action pass or what. That's Joker show he get the full speed fast and he runs hard for a guy his size.
So 1st and 10 now for the Panthers. Ball is at the Northwestern Demons 5-yard line. Had some substitutions now come in. Now Carter's ready to work. 2 receivers come in to motion from right to left. Now looking to pass, going to hit his receiver underneath on the flat, just going to get some positive yards right there. There was nobody in front of him right there after he picked up 5 yards, but then got wrapped up and just forced out of bounds. I'm going to say out of bounds at the time.
Man, the Panthers having great first down efficiency, and they really making this Demon defense go from sideline to sideline.
So 2nd down and 5, knocked out of bounds stop the clock moment 11:32, but it continues to roll as now we have some extra offensive linemen coming here on and off the field. I try to keep my face, but the offensive lineman chipped off the field, trying to make his way off so they didn't get to 12 man. But as we get ready to resume back into action, this ball's going to be handed off to McDowell. McDowell is just going to be wrapped up by a host of demons right there. Might have actually lost a yard, but I'm going to say he got back to the original line of scrimmage.
Good job by the Demons getting some push from the inside. Like, I think anytime Prairie View is going to that power look, they've been having some real productivity from those running plays. The zone scheme, not so much.
So now the Panthers have this ball. The ball was more at the left hash, now more towards midfield, center of the field. Shotgun formation going to be trying to connect with his receiver. It's thrown down on the ground after the whistle. Shock. We didn't see any penalty markers coming right there. Trying to connect with Bonner. But
Yeah, they got to have to do a better job by the receivers on that because they just got discarded and then they just out. So you got to do maybe compress the formation or something like that to give your guys some better angles. But they've been having some success with. I like it when they run that guy in motion across and run the power read. They've been having a whole lot of success with that.
So as they tend to this injured demon on the field right now with the stoppage in the play, we'll step away momentarily, but keep it right where you got it. You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the Northwestern Demons 7, the Prairie A&M Panthers 6. But as they're making his way out, helping the Demon offense will stay right here. That's number 90 for them. Big defensive lineman Lewis, 6'1", 295 pounds. So
I think that's a good typo. He look a little bigger than that.
Yeah, I was
But I
just
just think, he's not weight on it, so he may have got his ankle rolled up on the way he was laid down on the field. So, get a few plays for him already. So hopefully that'll make it a little bit easier for the offense. Looks like they got the field goal unit out there already.
Well, yes, sir. You say you got to take points when you have them right there, Coach. It's a fourth down. It's 6. It's too early to call to go for it, but defense is playing good enough to be okay with ending the drive with 3.
Yes, it's a like Northwestern. They'll take it as a win because they didn't give up a touchdown after those big plays. And for the Panthers, they'll have a chance to take the lead if they make this field goal. So it'll be a win. They've been having some success on first down. They've been running the ball really well, completing some passes. So a lot of things are working in the Panther favor right now.
Yeah, absolutely. So in that first period of play, the Panthers were able to outrush the Demons. 7 total attempts for 113 attempts to 27 yards. So you can see that the Panthers are sticking to and that's establishing the run game.
And Coach, when he came, he said he wanted to have a spread philosophy with a power running game. That's exactly what they're doing.
And like you said, the time of possession right now is in favor to the Demons. 9 minutes and 55 seconds to the Panthers. 5 minutes and 5 seconds. Said clean half of football so far. We only got the penalty to the Northwestern Demons, none committed by the Panthers. So the field goal team will be out on the field to attempt the 28-yard field goal by Aiden Webb. Kick is up, and it is good. So 9:59 remaining here in the second quarter. The Panthers are able to take their first year in today's contest by a score of 9-7. We'll take a quick break. We'll keep it right where you got it. You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast.
The birth of legends are storied in this conference. We must never forget our rich history. We now turn our gaze to the future. The new legends will emerge. New heroes to arise. The Southwestern Athletic be our history.
welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Panther Stadium. The Panthers are able to take the lead here, 9-7 here in the second quarter. After the 28-yard field goal by Aiden Webb, so Villa Gomez for the Panthers on to kick off from his own 40. Fair catch, not called there by, say, number 33, Landry Huddleston. Oh, excuse me, that's number 32, Ben Butson. And it looks like Villa Gomez is sticking to the game plan, is kicking the butts and staying away from the Demons' return, man, Coach.
Yeah, you probably want that kick to be a little bit higher to get your return. You want it to be almost there when he catches the ball. So, and it's going to hang up a little bit more because he's kicking in the wind. You may not get the distance that you normally would. So, I would say you'll take him. This is not the best, but you want him to start minus 30.
Yeah, so now the Demons get good starting
Another
field
good
position.
hit.
Yeah, good hit right there. Johnston was going to try to keep this one on the design quarterback keeper running to the right side of the field, but took a hard hit immediately once let's say he got 2 yards right there. Getting a generous spot. I'm going to say he got 2 yards. So to make it a second down and 8-4, the Demons got some substitution coming in now for them on the offensive side. Demons now moving this from right to left. Ball is spotted at their own 37-yard line. Again, they come in wearing the white helmets, white jerseys, white pants with the orange stripe going down on the side. Now I got a man in motion coming from the right to the left. Johnson's looking to pass, going to throw this to the right side to hit his running back coming out of the backfield. That's number 7. That's Zay Davis on the reception. A good reception of 5 yards right there. It's actually he got 7 yards, so make it a third down. Let's say 4 now for the Demons. Ball is spotted at their own 41-yard line. Together, putting a good drive right now so far.
Yeah, I'll be expecting quick passes or maybe that quarterback follow again, like a student body type run.
Shotgun formation for Johnson. Looking to pass. Going to throw this one to Davis on the left side of the field. He's going to take this one and run out of bounds. Not until he passed midfield into PV territory. Finally ran out of bounds at the 46-yard line. So that's where they have this one. Clock stopped at 8:22. Got to stop it in the play right now.
It's obvious one of the one of the linebackers messed up on that play because I see as soon as it's almost like during the middle of the play, you just start coming off the field and you can see the coaches putting somebody else in the spot immediately.
So we got
that
another.
Had to be his man. It's like they're having a problem with the chains up on the far side of the field.
He's going to have an administrative timeout as they try to assist the change. We're having some malfunction problems over there. I guess they got tangled up.
Yeah, that's the only thing about being a visiting team. The chains are always on your sideline, so that's one thing you hate. I remember when I was first coaching at Grambling, the home team was on the quote-unquote visiting team sideline. And, man, I hated it. Well, number one, the sun would be in your face sometimes. And number two, you always had to deal with those guys with the chains and, they don't want to move out the way and, all that type of stuff. So it can be a hassle having to deal with those chains. So, and I have seen they keep multiple sets of chains because those suckers will pop on you. They'll get twisted and tangled up. So I see somebody running over there. So they may be going to get the secondary set. And I've seen trainers have to tape them together. Somebody take some zip ties from the back of the shoulder pads and keep the chains together. So let me see it right.
So anything to get the job done.
Yeah.
So as they try to attend to the chain for the administrative timeout, it's going to be 8:03 remaining here in the second quarter. Whenever we resume back into play, the Panthers leading by a score.
And they are, in fact, taping the chains. I got my binoculars out, so I'm looking at them. Tape them back. And it's not at the end. It's at the end of the chain, so that makes it a lot easier when you tape the ends together as opposed to the middle of it because they're going to come right back apart if you have to tape the middle.
So it shouldn't be any much longer in the stoppage of play. Again, it is blackout night here at Panthers Stadium. The Panthers trying to end this night in the W column. See if they decide to make this a media timeout.
Yeah, I see the red shirt is on the field talking to the officials. So anytime for you, if you watching TV, a lot of times you see a red or orange shirt, and they'll have the big muffins, not the muffins, but almost look like the things you take food out the oven with, the mitts. He'll have those on so the guys can see whether he's telling them to go or stop. So right now the red shirt is on the field, so they must have a media or TV timeout.
But the teams are making their way out back onto the field, so it looks like we're going to conclude the timeout here as it looks like they finally got the chain problem situated out. So Johnson and the Demons offense ready to go back to work here. Ball is at the Panthers' 46-yard line. Shotgun formation, two receivers to the right, two to the left. Going to be a quarterback keeper this time. Johnson trying to run to the right side, trying to lower that shoulder, but going to be met by two Panthers defenders and then trying to draw him backwards right there. Sometimes you hate that they give you the forward progress, huh,
Yeah,
Coach?
and the thing about it that's a very good play because he's following the guy that he's faking it to. So that gives him an extra blocker. Most of the time, it's only the quarterback out there by himself. But this kid is taking some hits now.
Yes, sir. Johnson's able to run that one for 4 yards to make it a second down and 6 now for this Demon offense. Working in a pistol formation, two receivers to his left, one to his right. Going to hand this one off to the running back, trying to split the hole to the left side, but couldn't do so successfully. Only falling forward for 2 yards, but he was able to
Still,
get out
that's
of
a
that.
big two. That's a big two. You can see the coaches telling him he should have pulled that ball. I don't know where the defensive end was up top, but they fussing at him, telling him to pull it next time if he gets that same read.
Yeah, I was trying to hand that off to Zay Davis, but got, like I said, met immediately by number
Mhm.
91 for the Panthers, and that was Jabaric Hopkins. So making a third down and 3 now for the Demons. Ball is spotted at the Panthers' 40-yard line. The pistol formation is going to be a pitch option. He's going to pitch this one forward instead of backwards.
We call it a double option. A lot of people use that play for he can pitch it underneath if the he pitches it underneath if the end comes upfield, and if the end squeezes, he can keep it himself or pitch it to the outside. So that's a good setup right there.
So that decision to pitch it underneath makes it a fourth down and 1 for the Demons, and they're going to keep the offense out on the field right now.
This will be about a 53 yarder.
You got the win in your favor, but you want to make this one and keep the drive a little bit sustainable. We have a timeout on the field as
Panthers had a mix up on defense. I don't know if you can see the two safeties could almost touch hands when they saw the formation. They were trying to get the what we call getting the defense balance with us pretty much the same amount of guys on each side and not get outflanked. And I think the coaches saw the confusion and took their second timeout. But they still have two left. I always still count the 2-minute timeout as a timeout. You just know when it's coming.
So we'll step away momentarily, but keep right where you got. You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network. And welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen, to Panther Stadium, where we just got out of that media timeout. The Demons are looking at a 4th and 1. They still have the offense out on the field. This time they're going to take the snap under center. Going to hand this one off to
had him.
the wide receiver on the jet sweep. That's number 5 on the carry. That was Amon Unique on the carry. Only needed to get 1 and got 5 right there, Coach.
Yeah, they pulled the offensive line to the Prairie side and handed the ball to the wide receiver going back to their sideline. So it's giving the defensive end mixed reads. That's a hard play to defend, to be honest with you.
Yeah, caught the Panthers on a backdoor jet sweep right there. Able to pick up the first down and keep the drive alive. So this time I'm going to hand it off to Davis. Davis trying to run to the right side of the field. He's going to run into a wall full of PV defenders waiting on him. Just going to say he got 1 yard on that carry.
A long one, as they say.
So the Demons have this moving from right to left. You got 5 minutes and 5 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. The Panthers are leading by a score of 9-7. Ball is at the Panthers' 25-yard line. The Demons have it here. Pistol formation. Ball's going to be handed off to Davis. Davis trying to stutter step and still trying to keep those feet turning and does so. Say he got a positive gain right there. Almost stumbled and maybe got a yard right there, but able to keep the feet churning and pick up 3 yards right there to make it a 3rd down and 5, say 6.
Yeah, 3rd and a good 6. I think the thing that helped him, he was on top of one of the Panthers defenders, and when they rolled over, that's where they marked him down at. So
the Demons are in the field goal range right here to take the lead, but they want to take the lead with 7 instead of 3. Worked in a pistol formation. Johnson looking to pass, going to roll to his right, has no one. He's going to take a shot towards the end zone, and it's going to be incomplete. Not seeing.
Throw that flag.
Yeah, you see the official seemed like he's about to reach for the flag.
If it's any flag that should be thrown, it should be linemen downfield. They have some linemen that's way down there, so it worked out in the Panthers' favor that they didn't get the PI call, but it definitely had some linemen downfield.
I gotta figure out which official was that. The Dictas right there.
He was but sometimes they'll communicate with each other, and one guy will tell the other guy like, "No, that's not a penalty."
So we got a penalty marker on the field. The Panthers jumped off sides. This was a 39-yard field goal attempt. But like again, we have a stoppage in the play. It was a 4th down and 6. The Panthers jumped offside, so it's going to make this a 4th down and 1 to see if they decide to keep the offense out on the field.
We're going to keep the points.
What would you do there, Coach?
It just depends on how my offensive line, if they want to go for it. And I tell them, look, man, if we go for it, I'll almost ask them, what play do y'all want to run? And if we don't get it, you're going to have some extra running on Monday. So I'm not trying to hear. And sometimes, like you say, sometimes you get them that 49% or 50% of the 51 every now and then. But if they ask for it and we get it, then I'm fine. But if not, look, they don't even make eye contact with you when they don't get it. So it's one of those type of deals. You lean on certain guys, especially if you got a dominant offensive lineman, a real good running back. They might say, Coach, let's go 26 power right here. And we're going to run it, and we're going to see. And everybody else going to know what we're running 9 times. Every now and then we might hit them with a wide pop or something like that. We're going to show run, and then leak that tight end. And, man, that joker might knock the goalpost down.
So the Demons are able to regain the lead after that 38-yard field goal was good by their kicker, number 89, Grayson Linton. So now that will make our score 10-9 with the Northwestern Demons on top of the Prairie A&M University Panthers. So now on to kick The kickoff will be number 17 for the Demons. That is Cooper Evans, and this one is going to go into the end zone for a touchback. So the Panthers are going to get this one starting at their own 25-yard line. So if you're the Panthers, you get the ball to start the second half of play. So there's no need to necessarily rush this drive. You got 2 timeouts still in your pocket and the 2 timeout, coach. So you can say you got 3 timeouts.
I thought they only had one left because I know they called one on the 4th down play, and I thought they called one earlier as well. So, I mean, and that's not official either. That's one thing people don't realize. What you see on the scoreboard is not official because the referees keep track of it. They usually carry a small notebook.
So 1st and 10 now for the Panthers. Carter back out there in offense. Ball handed off to Bingman. Bingman bounces back out to the outside to the left side.
Oh, come on, man.
He's going to run out of bounds, but until he got to the 40, so he picked up 15 yards on that carry.
1st down efficiency once again, and you know they've been moving the ball, getting some good chunks on 1st down. And that was an ISO play. That ball was looking to be hit up inside, but he did a good job of bouncing it.
Yes, sir. But was able to bounce that outside the numbers to the left side to pick up the positive gain to keep the chains alive, making 1st and 10 now for the Panthers. The ball was spotted at their own 40. Again, moving from left to right. Carter going to shoot and connect with Oho right there. Oho did a nice job.
They make offensive PI. Yeah, everybody walking back. They're not even walking towards where he went out of bounds.
Just about to say, nice job by Oho of coming back to the ball. But not how the Panthers want to pick up another penalty marker. Is going to push them back 15.
Yeah, I don't like PI being a 15-yard penalty for the offense.
It's kind of upsetting, would you say?
I think it ought to be 10 at least, but not 15. That's, a personal foul is 15 yards. So
they're going to make it a 1st down and 25. Pushes it all the way back to the Panthers' 25-yard line. 3:15 remaining here in the second quarter. Carter in the shotgun formation. Empty set. 2 receivers to his left, 3 to his right. Looking to pass, surveying the field. Just going to roll to his right. Go take a shot downfield. This was going to be intercepted.
Going to be a personal foul on the defensive line for Northwestern. And you can see he's clearly shaking up in the backfield.
So it was intercepted by the Demons safety right there, number 3.
So it should be right where they left off at, back on 1st down and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So the Panthers catch a break right there. Carter was trying to avoid the sack and thought he was just going to heave it up to where only his receiver could go get it, and just hung up a little bit too much for allow the corner. And that was Caesar McGee to come and pick it off. But luckily we got the roughing the passer to keep the drive alive and in favor of the Panthers, Coach.
Yeah, that was a good job by the safety reading the quarterback, but unfortunately, see if they flip the formation. They got trips now it's to the field.
So they are reassessing the ball now, moving it all the way to the left hash.
They have a very favorable box. It's only 5 defenders, so this ought to be a running play if he's reading it.
2:59 remaining here in the second quarter. Shotgun formation for Carter. Fakes the initial handoff. Look at the pass. He's going to dump this off to Bingman in the safety flag. Spin move by Bingman. Another spin move by Bingman out of another tackle. And a nice job by Bingman to spin out of 2 tackles right there to get this and make it a 2nd down and 1. Say inches.
A simple check down. Oh, man. So it's 2nd and a good one.
2nd down and 1. The ball's going to be handed off to
Bingman.
Bingman's going to make one cut. Bingman's at the 25. Bingman's trying to angle it. Needs one man to beat. Finally going to be brought down past the 20. And at the 17-yard line. So back-to-back explosive runs by Bingman, Coach.
Yeah, that's another one of those gap scheme runs where you got pullers coming across and kicking out. And then you add on the missed tackles, too.
So Now,
he make it hard for you to miss the tackle now. So, okay,
yes,
the ball go down or let the clock go down to the 2-minute timeout. So, good clock management, some good running plays. The Panthers ought to be close to maybe 200 yards of rushing so far.
so we'll step away momentarily for the 2-minute timeout. But when we come back, the Panthers will have this one inside the Demons' territory, inside their 20. But keep it right where you got to be right back right after this.
Join us each and every Sunday morning, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, for a word of encouragement from the Temple of Refuge Ministries. Simply dial 857-777-0000. Building the kingdom, one soul at a time. Temple of Refuge Ministries, Prairie View, Texas.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Panther Stadium and Blackshear Field, where the Panthers have this one, coach, inside the Demons' 20-yard line, officially at the Demons' 17-yard line. So what are you doing this drive here, coach? You got two timeouts left initially with the at the 2 minute marker, and you get the ball back to start off the second half of play.
And the first thing you want to do is put it in the box, as they would say, is score a touchdown. You would like to use time, but time don't matter because in this college game, it depends on if you can get it down to less than a minute, that'll be fine. But for the most part, you don't care how long it takes or how fast it takes to get this touchdown. And then if you don't get a touchdown, then you want to, milk the clock down as much as you can and not give them any time to come back and score.
So as we get ready to resume back into play, before we do that, we'd like to remind our listeners that you can join the Temple of Refuge Ministry Sunday service at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time by dialing 857-777-0000. Again, that number is 857-777-0000. So now we're ready to resume back into play here. First and 10 for the Panthers. Moving left to right. Shotgun formation for Carter. Two receivers to his right, two to his left. Fakes the handoff to McDowell. Trying to let them play. The Bills going to take a shot and throw this one to his receiver, but really was trying to just throw this one away because it was just well covered by the Demons all the way around right there, Coach.
Yeah, he didn't really have anywhere to go unless he took it quick. We got second and long. Let's see if they come back with a run. For some reason, to me up here, the wide side of the field, I can't tell where that defensive end is lined up. They might get some action to the field.
So shotgun formation for Carter. Carter's going to hand this off to
There
McDowell. McDowell trying to run to the left side. McDowell needs one man to beat. Trying to cut back up the middle, but he's going to be about 2 yards shy of the end zone, Coach. But a good run by McDowell for about 15-plus yards right there, Coach.
Like I said, that run to the field looked pretty good because the end, he probably, obviously, he might have a concussion the way he went down. The defensive end to the field was lined up, looked like what we call a forward head up, so you can get outside on him. But if he stems to the outside, then that means that B gap is going to be wide open. So that was a good job by McDowell.
So the clock's going to stop at 1:47 here. We have an injured Demon on the field real quick. So we'll step away momentarily, but keep it right where you got it. You're listening to.
You see the end up top? See, they got him kicked out. And really, he could have went back to the outside, but that was a good, like I say, you tell your guys, run to the guy's butt that's blocking for you, and he had his butt. Good job by the tackle getting up. Oh, no, he got it. That's friendly fire. That's what we call friendly fire that got him.
Okay. Demon there is number 9 for them. That is the linebacker, Danny Sears. And Sears needs to be helped off the field right there. But it is going to be first down and goal for the Panthers. Ball is spotted.
Will be for a 2-point conversion or an extra point. So it's on the line.
Say at the 3-yard line. Panthers would love to end this drive with a touchdown instead of 3 like it resulted in the last drive. So now we're ready to resume back into action. Shotgun formation for Carter. You got 2 receivers to his right, none to his left. You have a tight end over there on the strong side to the left side. McDowell in the backfield at the running back position with Carter. Carter taking the time with this snap. Play clock is at 15 seconds. He's just letting the game clock go down to 15 seconds. Now signal the man in motion from right to left. High snap and be able to maintain it and hand it to McDowell. McDowell's going to be in. The ball is loose.
Ball is out.
McDowell was trying to stretch and reach for the end zone, but don't know if he was down. Do not have an indication of a touchdown. We're going to see what.
Well, Prairie recovered it. It's a touchdown. Oh, they still fighting for the ball down there.
So no indication of what. So you have it even short.
See, Prairie needs to hurry up and try to run this play before they. Oh, they standing over it waiting on review. Okay.
So the clock's going to continue to roll now. 55 seconds. The ball is spotted. They're going to say legit the half-yard line.
It looked like the ball is in the end zone.
Hey, except the half-yard line.
And that may be why the referee is coming in and telling that the center moved the ball up. I saw a game earlier where they called not a false start. I think it may have been a false start because the guy moved it up a little bit too far on the play.
Now they finally moved the ball back, say half an inch, but still on the one. Now the Panthers in the shotgun formation. Got a little early snap. Ball's going to be handed off to McDowell. McDowell makes one cut to avoid the initial tackle for a loss.
On the field, so it's probably on the defense. Yeah, I see him signal outsides on the defensive end up top, so they'll decline that penalty. They may go for 2 right.
I was just about to say, you think about going for 2 here. You got the score now, 15-10.
Maybe not this early in the game, but some people, like I say, it's all about your philosophy. Do you go for 2 to make it a 7-point game regardless? Or do you wait until the fourth quarter to start going for 2?
So for a second, the head coach was signaling 2 to his offense. So it looks like he's going to keep the offense out on the field right now. But right now, they're moving the ball all the way to the left side of the hash right there. Is there any kind of strategic plan to that, Coach?
So it may be a sprint or a fake and boot the quarterback this way to the wide side of the field.
But it looks like Northwestern wants to talk things over here. So we'll step away momentarily, but keep it right where you got it. The Panthers are able to capitalize and take the lead back on the 1-yard touchdown run by McDowell, pending the 2-point conversion. Right here on the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
The birth of legends are storied in this conference. We must never forget our rich history. We now turn our gaze to the future. The new legends will emerge. New heroes to arise. The Southwestern Athletic Conference. Be our history.
And welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen, to Panther Stadium, where the Panthers are looking at a 2-point conversion now, Coach, trying to extend their lead by 7. 35 seconds remaining here. So Carter now in the pistol formation. Going to fake the handoff. Going to throw this to the tight end wide open. We got some penalty markers coming in late after the play, Coach. Got some pushing and shoving and fall. You see Panther was in acting class right there as he's going to
downfield because that may have happened on that play.
So
Let's
if it
see what they're
stands, the
showing now.
2-point conversion is good, and that will make the lead 17
Oh no,
to 10.
they blocked that guy up pretty good, and he probably got frustrated. So it may be some retaliation involved.
Officiating crew is huddled up in the end zone right now to discuss what the penalty marker will be and who will be assessed to. But right now, as it stands, the Panthers leading by a score of 17 to 10 over the Demons. The Panthers will get the ball to start off the second half, coach. So a good drive, way to end the right here going into halftime. We wait the call from the official. So both penalties will offset, but the 2-point conversion will stand. So not what you wanted right there, coach. You thought you were catching a break if you were the Panthers and end up getting flagged for it. Always seems like they're going to catch you even in the act of it. So Panthers thought they were going to get an extra 15 yards on this kickoff, but it's going to be a line that says where it would normally be positioned off at the 40-yard line. So that's where Villa Gomez will have this one set to kick off.
Yeah, when it's offset, and like you say, it's a win-win for both teams, I guess. Nobody. The only thing about it, if one of those guys gets another personal foul, depending on what type it is, they can get ejected from the game, and they'll have to miss.
The first
either
half
the
of
end
the
of
next
this
game.
game, either the end of this game or the first half of the next game that's played.
So back deep for the Demons will be number 7, Ray Davis. Davis is standing at his own 5-yard line. But again, they have been avoiding Davis the entire night. They've been kicking to the short term man. Number 32, Ben Hubers. He
See, that's
does
the way you want it right there. So almost as soon as he caught the ball, the guys on him. That's a perfect execution of what you want, and then they still close to the 30-yard line. So, like I said, you'll take that 9 times out of 10.
Yes, sir. It's a nice job. Nice open field tackle by the special teamsman, number 28 for the Panthers. Coming in, making that tackle. On the high kick from Villa Gomez. So now the Demons will have this one. Starting at their own 28-yard line, you got 32 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. You have one timeout remaining in your pocket if you're Northwestern. So they're just going to try to see if they can at least get 3 out of here. So now working the pistol formation from Hanson. Keep this one. Just going to throw this one to the receiver on the right side, trying to set up the wide receiver screen. And able to do so and go for about 5 yards and then run out of bounds and stop the clock at 26 seconds. So that allowed the Demons to huddle up here too.
And they not sitting on the ball. They, like I said, they still thinking they have timeout. So don't be surprised you see a couple shot plays right here.
So now Johnson working in the shotgun formation, going to take another shot and a little check down to the running back, and that's number 3
Okay.
this time reception. You got a timeout here now. The Demons have to take a timeout at Burrow. So actually going to say he lost a yardage on that. So to make it a 3rd down, I'm going to say 7 here. You got 16 seconds remaining here in. Ball is spotted at the Demons' 32-yard line. What are you doing here coming out of this timeout if you're the Demons coach?
You may try to get the ball to, I'm saying, a 45 on the other side, and then see if you can make you a heave to the end zone because you do have the wind at your back. So you may try to get you a nice a nice 15 or 20 yards right here, then maybe pocket and take you a Hail Mary shot.
So the Demons called their last and final timeout here in the first half. So now Johnson's ready to go back to his office, working the shotgun formation, going to take a shot towards the sideline, near the far side over there towards the Northwestern side. And good job, but just couldn't maintain the catch.
Man, I would be tempted right here to go punt, and even if I rough the kicker, it's not going to be, you're not going to leave him a hole.
Yeah, we got 11 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Making a 4th down and 6. So
I would tell my return guy, don't even fool with the ball. Don't even try to catch it. Because the last thing I would want is him to fumble it and then give them the ball back and just clear it. There we go.
A high kick. Got 3 seconds.
That's going to take a. You see everybody on Prairie side, they running off the field knowing that they. So it's usually a snake or a poison call when that happens.
So that will take things here to halftime with the Panthers with the lead with the score of 17-10, but the Panthers will get the ball back to open up the second half of play. So the Panthers have a chance to keep the momentum riding here going into the second half, Coach.
Yeah, see if they can keep it up. You're looking for Panthers get the ball, see if they can open the lead up on their first possession.
So we'll take a quick break. We'll take a halftime break, but when we come back, we'll have second half football here only on the Open Mic Broadcast Network. The Panthers leading by a score of 17-10 over the Northwestern Demons here at Panther Stadium in Prairie View, Texas. We'll be right back right after this.
The birth of legends are storied in this conference. We must never forget our rich history. We now turn our gaze to the future. The new legends will emerge. New heroes to arise. The Southwestern Athletic Conference. Be our history.
welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Panther Stadium, where we're about 8 minutes until we conclude this halftime. But so far, we'll go over some first half stats, and me and Coach Northern were looking at it, and what's eye popping so far is the rushing stats, Coach.
You think, man, the Panthers almost have 200 yards. They were at 198 officially um, in the first half of the game. For some people, you would take 198 for the whole game. So I think what's going to happen on the Northwestern side, they probably going to start either loading the box or sending some pressure on some first downs. And then that may open up to even some bigger runs or some bigger passing plays for some one-on-ones outside, or you can get the slot receivers matched up with the safeties that they have. So that 198 sure looks good, boy.
Yeah, Chase Bingman is the leading rusher for the Panthers. He has 10 of those carries with 122 total of offense. He's lost 3 of them, so you can say he totally got 119. His longest run was for 34 yards. So he's averaging 11.9 yards a carry, Coach. So
Yeah, like I say, man, look, that's a first down to carry. So you'll take that all day long. So that's a good thing about him. And it's some big plays, and it's consistently big plays. So you hope the Panthers can keep it up throughout the second half and put the pressure on Northwestern and expand the lead. Now you can make this a 2-score game, depending on if we score early, and then once you score, you want to come back and keep Northwestern from answering your score immediately.
yes, sir. So the Northwestern Demons have a total of 31 total offensive plays ran with a total of 155 offensive yards in that first half. To the Panthers, 26 total of offensive plays ran to a total of 226 total of offense. So the Panthers are able to have a strong offensive half as well as minimize the Northwestern's offense and keeping them down to under 100 on the rushing yards. Like I said, they got 54, Coach. So, like I said, so far so good for the Panthers.
And the thing about it too, Northwestern State's quarterback is taking some licks in the process of running the football as many times as he has. So you don't. I'm not gonna say you don't mind the yards as much if you punish him every time he runs, and he's not. He may hurt you in the running game. He's not killing you. So he's getting some yards, but you getting those big shots on him, and those big shots will lead to some problems in the passing game.
Yeah, Abraham Johnston, he's the leading rusher right now for the Demons. He had 7 attempts for a total of 17 yards, and his longest run being for 4 yards. Like I said, Johnston is in there, been taking a lot of hits, been doing like I said, the bulk of the carrying for the Demons so far. So right now, if you're the Panthers, like I said, you'll just keep on applying those hits. Maybe you can get the backup quarterback in that game. Say it's been a cold night. You see, like the temperature is going down here a little bit. It was a hot early day earlier, sweating walking up here on campus. Like, thank God that they say we was talking about it earlier back in the day. They would have to have these games running at 11 o'clock, so the players get a little bit of a thankful to play these games later on. Like I said, Coach Northern was a 10-year here at coach at Prairie A&M University, so he's seen, they say, the good and the bad and the ugly of Prairie sometimes. But nevertheless, we're here with the Panthers have the lead 17-10 over the Demons. They will get the ball to start off the second half. That is the Panthers. Like I said, tonight it is blackout night. As the faithful few did get the memo here, Coach. I guess, say the Panthers coming in wearing the purple helmet with the purple jerseys, gold numbers with the black pants, again with the Panthers going down the side of the pants. As for the away Northwestern Demons, wearing the all-white look, the white helmet, the white top, orange numbers trimmed in black with the white pants and orange stripe going down the side of the pants. So, like I said, Coach Dorn said, it kind of remind you of the Auburn Tigers look if you want to put them side by side. But right now, the Panthers just about done warming up here. Like I said, we want to take this time to thank our sponsors that are bringing you today's coverage for this broadcast. I'd like to thank the Prairie Athletic Club, serving the Panther backers since 1986. Proud partner with the Other Mike Broadcast Network. I'd also like to thank the Temple of Refuge Ministry serving the kingdom, excuse me, building the kingdom one soul at a time. They're also a proud partner with the My Broadcast Network. I'd like to remind you, you can also share any scores and stories with our 24-hour message line at 936 463 2405. Again, that number is 936 463 2405. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have the rest of the second half of football here at Panther Stadium. Keep it right where you got it. You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
The Southwestern Athletic Conference, also known as the SWAC, has become one of the leading sports associations in the world of collegiate athletics today. Founded in 1920 by C.H. Fuller, Red Randolph, C.H. Patterson, E.G. Evans, H.J. Evans, H.J. Starnes, D.C. Fuller, and G. Whit Jordan, the SWAC's charter class, the Super Six, kicked off with Bishop College, Paul Quinn College, Prairie A&M, Sam Hudson College, Texas College, and Wiley College. The founders came up with the league during a general meeting to discuss common interests as a grand experiment for historically black colleges and universities, or HBCUs. The SWAC's member schools experienced many difficulties in its early years due to the limitations of state funding, but the SWAC never stopped sponsoring competition among its members and student athletes. Though only one of the original members of the SWAC still remains, the SWAC continues to rise in prominence among the best in collegiate sports. The SWAC is one of only two Division I conferences whose current membership is made up of 100% HBCUs. Its current members include the last remaining charter member, Prairie A&M, and others like Southern University, Texas Southern University, Grambling State University, Jackson State University, Alcorn State University, Mississippi Valley State University, Alabama State University, University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, and Alabama A&M University. As the SWAC continues to grow in prominence, so does its membership. At the start of the 2021-2022 academic school year, Florida A&M University and Bethune-Cookman University will join the SWAC as its 11th and 12th official members. Championship competition offered by the league currently includes men's competition in baseball, basketball, cross country, football, golf, tennis, and indoor and outdoor track and field. Women's competition is also offered in basketball, bowling, cross country, golf, indoor and outdoor track and field, soccer, softball, tennis, and volleyball. The SWAC continues to solidify its status among elite collegiate competition with notable NCAA tournament appearances in multiple sports. The SWAC is considered one of the premier HBCU conferences in the country.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Panther Stadium. Well, we're getting set and ready for the start of the second half. The Panthers leading by a score of 17-10 over the Northwestern Demons. So the Panthers, like I said, going to get this one moving from right to left on your down. Stewart trying to camp underneath the one and does so. We're going to have this one returning at his 10, running to the right side of the field, trying to avoid the angle that he was at, and graciously somehow got a good return. That was thought he was running backwards, and he was at the 10, and then somehow ended at the 5. And to get it to the past the 20 and ran out of bounds past the 30 to about the 32.
Yeah, but he was running to a crease, but the Northwestern did a spin move to take away the hole that he was headed to, that led him to bounce it outside some more. Let him get a holding call, because a lot of times you'll see that when a guy going all the way across the field.
So now the Panthers going to have this one starting at their own 33-yard line. The first handoff going to hand it off to Bingman. Bingman's going to keep this productive day going good, but got some penalty markers coming in at the end of the play, behind the play, we should say.
So it must have happened because you see two guys in different directions. You just hate to see holding calls on a running play. Let me see if we can see it.
So you got the holding call that's going to go against the Panthers. Pretty much they had a clean first half with the penalty markers, coach. You only had that one penalty for
Yes.
15 yards. So, I mean, like I said, you already, I mean, you're off to a back here. You already matched your total in that first half.
Yeah, you hope it don't away. You know, the thing about it is, I just hate seeing holding calls, running plays.
Especially way behind the play after Bingman didn't even needed it. Bingman picked up about 12 yards on that carry.
But look, this is the thing that the defensive coaches say. If it wasn't for a holding call, if they wasn't holding, he wouldn't have got that many yards. So, but like I say, when you see two referees throw a flag in the same spot, somebody does hold.
So now it's going to push the Panthers back 10 yards, push them back to their own 23, make it a first and 20 now for them. Shot confirmation from Carter. Going to pass, going to throw this to the right side of the field. Has a receiver going to be caught. Past the 40, past the 30.
Joe again?
Yes, sir, that is. Oh, so on the connection right there.
He did a great job of, he let the defender take his inside hand with his outside arm.
That's a huge reception to get the ball past midfield into the Demons' territory, officially at the Demons' 27-yard line. Oh, big explosive play here for the Panthers on this drive. The ball's going to be handed off to Bingman. Bingman trying to run to the left side, trying to follow his blockers, and does, and picked up about 6 yards on that carry.
And look, to go back a play, I remember Ojo played at Klein Kane High School, and they played against my son's team in the playoffs. And, man, that joker put a play up. He put
Oh, yeah, you want to take it back, Coach?
Yeah, he made some big plays for him. They would line up in that same thing, go trips to one side, put him backside, and, man, he ran slant and goals, go routes, hitch and go. And, man, I guarantee he had about 200-something yards. But that joker, he, like I say, he a frisbee catcher.
Yeah, so that second down play was a pass trying to go right back to Ojo in the end zone, but kind of got turned around on that throw to force a third down and play. So third down and 4 play was going to be handed off to Bingman, and Bingman's going to try to fight his way out of the initial tackle, but he's only going to get a yard on that one. So it's going to make it a third down. I'll say 4th down and 3. They got the offense out on the field still.
Jump on the end wise.
So it is a 4th down and 3 right now. They still have the offense out on the field. They're going to try to see if they can pick up a free first down here. So now they get a quick substitution formation. Now they're going to hand this one off to the running back. Enough for the first down. Thought he took a late hit right there as he actually had his feet already out of bounds, but just going to let the play go. But that is number 83 for the Panthers. That is Cameron Bonner. Bonner picking up the first down on it there, Coach.
Yeah, good job. Like I say, getting to the outside once again by the Panthers. They've been having a lot of luck with the guy that's going in motion.
So 4th down, able to plan out for the Panthers in that one. So now Carter looking to pass, has all day to throw in his pocket. He's going to take a shot, and now the best opportunity right there is going to throw an interception right into the defender's arms. Don't think he saw him, Coach.
Yeah, he just didn't see the safety underneath his receiver coming across the end zone. That's just a simple. He thought he had the guy wide open, and the safety better coming up to him.
Yeah, had a lot of time in that pocket. Would have been better off just taking off with that one, the time that he had. Zone, and it's going to be picked off by the cornerback for the Demons. That's number 3. That is Caesar McGee. So he gets an interception back that was taken away from earlier in the game. So, and it comes at a crucial time. The Panthers initially had 3 in their back pocket and just picked up the first down. So it looked like they had 7, but the Panthers come away with nothing. So now
they had a guy right there.
The Demons is going to have this one. Their first look at things here. It's going to be a handoff to the running back. He picked up about 4 yards in that carry. That's Davis on the carry.
Mm-hmm. Just ran a little, what most people call a power, one-back power, where some people call it down, depending on the rules. They pull a backside guard to wrap to the front side and gave it to the running back.
So correction, that was Barrel on the carry. So Barrel picked up 4 yards. 6 now for the Demons. Ball is spotted at their own 24-yard line. 2 receivers, 2 Johnsons left, taking the quick pass to the wide receiver. That's just sitting right down at the first down marker, trying to bulldoze and fight for extra yardage. Was he doing so successfully? Number 6, Ty Moore, sat down at the curl at the first down marker.
Yeah, good job by the offensive lineman and the running backs coming in a little bit of extra push right there.
Yes, sir. Only needed 6. Got the 6 with an extra push. a 3 yard, so a 9 yard, 10 now for the Deacon. Deacons at their own 33-yard line, pistol formation for Johnson. Johnson's going to hand this one to the running back, and the Panthers catch a break right there as Burrows is going to slip in the backfield, and you can hear the pounding from the coaching booth right here, the visiting coaching side right there.
Because they saw if he would have got to the cutback, he had it. But that was an excellent job by the guy coming off the end of spilling it, making that ball cut back. He got underneath that puller and made him. Once the running back saw him, that's what caused him to slip. It might not show up in the stats. It's a football play right there that's real big. Now you got 2nd and 12.
Yes, sir. That's awesome. Said 2nd down and 12 play here now for Johnson in this drive. Looking to pass. Wasn't a shotgun formation. Going to step up in the pocket, trying to avoid the one pressure, but it's going to be wrapped up. Got to watch out for a late hit right there.
Man, see, you can't let the guys pull their teammates to push another guy down to get up off the pile. So that's the 2nd time that he's been involved in something like that. So, I think the referee's going to keep a close eye on that. Maybe a personal foul if he does it again.
So Johnson's able to sack and get 2 yards that was lost on the last play. So we're going to make it a 3rd down now for the Demons here. Shotgun formation for
screen
here. Screen 2.
They sniffed it out this time.
Yes, sir. They're going to be sniffed by the Panthers corner DB Cameron Amano.
That was a great job. You could tell, you could see the screen coming. Some guys loose, and there's no way the tailback gonna line up that deep when it's a 3rd and long. He was way back to give the screen time to set up.
So it's going to force the Demons to bring out the
too many people on the field. Okay, there we go.
So back deep for the Panthers will be number 10, Andre Dennis, and number 1, Jacoby Banks.
If they run something funny, they got 2 guys back deep.
So a high kick. Dennis trying to indicate Peter to his teammate. Dennis, I don't know if that thing trying to.
Well, it's gonna be catch
interference.
Catch interference more than likely because the guy grabbed him before he touched the ball.
So a penalty marker is going to come in, but like I said, the ball did bounce and hit the ground. We're going to stay decide to call it. Like I said, it was kind of a gamble call right there by Dennis to try and even fiddle with that ball to begin with, and not on the initial.
Yeah, it was too sharp for him to catch because they're kicking into the wind. So he's going to have to adjust his distance from the snap of the line of scrimmage. So he's going to have to come up some, but I think he was trying to prevent the extra rolls from happening.
So the officiating team is huddled up here at about the 30-yard line near the Panther sideline here as they're trying to discuss that penalty marker. Right now, it looked like it was a fumble on the play, but the Panthers seemed like they were able to recover it. Not seeing the Demons offense out on the field right now. So it is a penalty marker that's going to go against Demons. So it's going to push them back. Was going to add 10 yards to the Panthers. So they'll get this one starting at their own 40. But keep it right where you got it. We're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network, your home for community voices and Panther pride. We'd like to take a moment to recognize the Prairie View A&M Athletic Club, a proud supporter of Panther athletics since 1986. For nearly 4 decades, they've been standing behind our student athletes, building champions on the field and in the classroom. Now, we're honored to partner with them here at Open Mic to continue that mission, bringing you live coverage, in-depth stories, and the passion of youth sports all season long. From the track to the gridiron, from tip-off to the buzzer, Open Mic is proud to be in step with the Prairie View A&M Athletic Club. Meets tomorrow. Stay locked in, there's more Panther action ahead, right here on Cast Network.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Panther Stadium, where the Panthers are leading by a score of 17-10 over the Deacons. I keep saying the Deacons, Coach. I'm sorry, the Demons.
Demons, yeah.
Lord
The
forgive me.
Demon
Lord
Deacons.
forgive me. So right now the Panthers caught a break right there as they weren't able to capitalize on a good field position towards the end of their first drive that they got 3 points wrapped up in the back pocket, but Carter threw the interception in the end zone, which turned it over on downs to the Demons. But the Panthers were able to stall out the Demons drive right there to force out a punt. So now the Panthers are going to have this one to have another opportunity to extend their lead, Coach.
Yeah, hopefully they can put something together and at least get 3 out of 2-score game, but it's still a lot of time left to be played.
So 8:56 remaining here in the third quarter. Just about getting a timeout. But when we come back, the Panthers at their own 40, they just got the extra 10 yards after that last penalty marker. So teams break the huddle, coming back onto the field from their respected sideline. And we're ready to resume back into action here. Carter ready to redeem himself after throwing an interception the last drive. So working in the shotgun formation. 3 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Going to hand this one off to Bingman. Bingman's going to run to his left, back to the right side, trying to.
Probably going to be another holding penalty.
You like to see Bingman try to make a cut back up the middle right there when he made a turnaround backfield. But like I said, just run the defense right there, running east and west instead of north and south.
Yeah, sometimes you got to get your fifth and you can't turn them all in the home run. So there's 2 drives in a row that they've had a penalty on P and 10. The other thing that may open up for the Panthers, you can see that the safeties for Northwestern and the slot linebacker, the overhang, they're playing way off the ball. So you may see Prairie View just come up and or look pass to the number 2 or 3 receiver that's to the wide side of the field.
So now it's going to be a 1st and 10, or say 1st and 20 now for others. Ball is pushed back to their own 30. 8:28 remaining here in the third quarter. Is going to be a quarterback keeper. That's going to be kept by Carter. Carter is going to take a hard hit from behind. We're going to say he only got a yard on that carry. So it's going to make it a second down and 19 now.
Yeah, one of the guys from Mississippi State's helmet came off. It was a quarterback lead. And then they've been running to the running back that's near the quarterback. That's still pretty wide open, too.
So now it's a second down and 19 now for Tevin Carter in this offense. He's going to signal Bingman into motion, coming out of the back, but he's going to line up over here to the left side of the field. So he's going to make it 3 receivers to Carter's left. 4 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Carter looking to pass, going to step up in the pocket. He's going to try to avoid it. He'll get out of the first sack. He's going to take this one and run it out of bounds. Get positive yardage, but did all that to just get 1 yard.
Yeah, that play clock got to go off in his head to get rid of the ball a little bit fast. Then the thing that you're seeing, too, the cornerback that's on Northwest State sideline is playing much further off than he has.
So all that running around to avoid the sack was only going to go for 1 yard. So it's going to make it a 3rd down and 18 now for the Panthers. 7:15, 7:12 remaining here.
They got a good screen look right here. If they run the screen into the boundary, they run this guy off. They got a pretty good screen look, especially 13 rushes.
Now Carter getting the shotgun. He's going to throw this one to McDowell. McDowell couldn't secure the pass. Tried to take off with it before he secured it, but then probably would wreaked havoc on the other end of that. Took a big hit, so he kind of hurt the footsteps coming in. So I guess you could say he took the business decision out of things. But if you're a head coach, you'd rather like to see him take a better business decision right there, Coach.
Yeah, it all goes back to that holding penalty. You get that holding penalty 2 drives in a row, and I think it was on the same guy that's going to hurt you every time.
So the Panthers are not able to extend their lead here on this drive. They're going to have to force to bring out the punting unit. Out to punt this one away for the Panthers will be Webb.
Oh.
And Webb's going to get hit.
That might be a 15-yard.
That's going to be return man. He's going to try to return this one to the left side, trying to follow his blockers. He's shaking up on the field right now. That's Adam Atwell, the punter.
And the Panthers say they recovered the football.
So we got a stoppage in the play. Let me figure this out real quick. So the Panthers are celebrating that they have the ball, not seeing any indication from the officials saying that there was a fumble or it going in the Prairie direction.
I don't see a beanbag on the field, but you see three referees right at the same spot.
You might see one on the 35, the far end right there, Coach, towards the Northwestern side. You might see one. I could be crazy.
Oh, yeah, okay. So it may have been a fumble. But the Prairie guys came to the sideline as if they had recovered the fumble. Now, the thing that they're going to see is this a 15-yard automatic first down, or does Prairie View get the ball?
So we await the call. But Atwell is able to walk off the field in his own power.
Yeah, they still talking over there about who does the ball belong to.
And like you said, Coach.
So if it's Prairie View's ball, he's going to decline the penalty. If it's an automatic first down and it's Northwestern ball, I see Northwestern coaches over there fussing. So it may not be in their favor the way he's standing over there.
You see, now you can come down here and look at Coach Jackson. Coach Jackson doesn't seem like he's.
And this, if it's a change of possession, it should be all this time they should be reviewing. And to be honest with you, during halftime, I ran into one of the guys. I'm not going to say his name, but he used to evaluate referees in the conference. And he was telling me some of the technical issues that they have at different places that they play. And here, one of the issues is the clock operations as well as some of the video review technology. So he says it's not all over the conference, but it is a couple of issues that lead to some problems for the referees. So right now you see every referee pretty much on the field except the two that are in charge of keeping the guys off the field.
Yes, right now the officials are huddled up at right around the 40-yard line, near the side of the sideline closest to the Northwestern side. Like I said, they're trying to huddle up here, but right now the Panthers are indicating that they have the ball. You got about more or less about 20 players out there all pointing towards the Prairie View side that they got it, trying to be a little indecisive, trying to help the decision making. But right now, we're all just like you guys, just trying to wait the call as they finally break their mini huddle to assess the call.
So they're not checking. So they should be checking to see. So it's Prairie View's ball. Yeah, so the Prairie View players were correct. It's Prairie View's ball. That's why he declined the penalty, because it really should have been a 15. But, I mean, that guy's been struggling all day with catching punts and kickoffs.
They said the ball will find you, Coach.
Hey, man, it's like a baseball field. You moving from right field to left field, all of a sudden the ball starts going to left field. And I've seen that happen before. Okay, now they're showing it on the video screen, but it's so many people, you can't tell when the ball came out.
Well, saying just like that, we didn't even think the ball came out because we were tending to the injured Panther, the punter. So we were just saying, okay, we got 15 yards right there.
And they only gave him 5. That makes me – so there's a whole lot of stuff going on.
So I guess if you're just a Panthers fan, you'll take it because you just keep getting another shot after another shot here to add on to your lead. So now you get it here. You get to get the ball back in great field position to start this one. You're going to be inside the Demons territory and officially at their own 36 yard line. So what are you doing right now, Coach? The first couple of drives has stalled out on you for the offense. What are you trying to at least tell you?
I may try to run right at them, because when I'm trying to run some either some gap scheme or some zone, it's I've been getting holding penalty, or I may try to go play action pass because I've been having so much success with my running play. But you just want to get 5 yards, whether it's screen, run, some kind of way you want to get 4 or 5 on this first play. Now that's going to get you rolling, get you guys confidence back. But their confidence shouldn't be down because they've been moving the ball. It's just those penalties.
Yes, sir. So 6:43 remaining here in the third quarter. The Panthers leading by a score of 17-10 over the Northwestern Demons, and they have the ball back. Just recovered the fumble after the mishandling of the punt right there by the Demons. So, like I said, the Panthers have this one again here at blackout night. Have a chance to get their record back to 500. But got to take care of things here on this drive to at least secure that being done here. So now Carter and that offense is going to come back out here, working in the shotgun formation. Got 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Bingman is the running back the running back here on the drive right now. Bingman blocking for Carter,
Oh,
but I think Bingman went to the wrong side to block
man.
right there. Probably should have came to the left side instead of blocking on the right side. And Carter's going to lose about 15 yards, 10 yards on that sack.
And that's worse than a holding penalty because you lose a down as well as those yards. So, and I'm pretty sure the running back would not have been responsible for that guy. He's usually responsible for one of the linebackers. But they still have a good run box.
So it's going to make it a second down and 20 now for Carter. Carter's going to throw this one to Connor, the wide receiver, trying to run the wide receiver screen over there to the right side of the field. But that screen play maybe it's going to go for 4 yards.
There's not a whole lot of plays you have on your call sheet for second and 20.
So that second down and 20 play goes for 4. Say 5, depending on where they say the official mark is. And say third down and 16 for the Panthers. Ball is at the Demons' 42-yard line. So you had this one at your own 36, so you just keep going backwards if you're the Panthers here in this drive.
And I'm laughing. I guarantee it's one guy that's not going to get beat. That's the free safety. If he gets beat deep, he needs a scholarship.
So Carter fakes the handoff, looking to pass. Now just going to check this one down to Bingman. Bingman's going to be at the 40, going to cut back to 35. Now just going to lower the shoulder, takes one hit. But he's going to be the one to take the ending out of that one. 2 bulls just lowering the shoulder, but the little small Bingman is going to get the end of that one.
And they probably in 4-down territory. Do they try to draw them off sides?
Well, you got a more 4th down and manageable.
It's 4th and a good 7. So, and you don't want to punt the ball like this.
It's 4th down and 7 now for
Carter. He got him.
Got a shot downfield. He's going to try to connect with this receiver. It's going to be incomplete, but he probably missed the receiver underneath.
Yeah.
Was trying to go into the end zone to meet Jacoby Banks, but probably would have been better off hitting the receiver. That was Allen. Dennis, was it Andrew Dennis right underneath right there?
Yeah, it was what most people call a switch route where the outside receiver runs the wheel type of route. I'm sorry, he runs the curls, bang 8, skinny post, and then you have the slot receiver running the wheel, and he chose the wheel, and the 2 defenders ran into each other. I'm not sure he saw that.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad place. Ball, too, by Carter. Tried to throw the back shoulder throw to where only Banks could get it, but probably was a little bit too much on it. So now it's going to be a turnover on down. This is going to be the running back. He's going to be on the left side to the 50, pass to the 40, and finally still on his feet, past the 35, and finally jugged down out of bounds, say at the Panthers' 32-yard line.
Yeah, good inside zone blocking by the Demons. They're going to run the same plays. I don't know if I told you, he's next to their coaching box. You hear him saying echo, so it's going to be the same.
Yeah, that was Hicks on the carry right there. So this one's going to go right back to Hicks. This was a design run to go to the left, but he brought it back to come back to the right. And going to say he picked up 3 yards on that one. The Demons moving from left to right on your dial. So we have the clock now at 4:15. It's going to make this a second down and 7 now.
Yeah, just some split zone basically is what they ran. And this time the defensive end got under the puller, which makes the ball now go back outside.
17-10 is our score here. The Panthers leading the Demons, but the Demons are trying to tie this contest here on this drive. Johnston fakes the initial handoff. He's going to have this one's going to be at the 5, and he's going to be in for the touchdown. So great play call by the Demons right there. Johnston faked the handoff to the running back and just rolled out to the left. And then when I just say nothing but in front of him,
Yeah.
coach.
And the thing about it, that's the same play that they scored on earlier. This time he ran the ball instead of throwing it to the guy that was going to the flats. So they had to take the guy that was going to the flats that came across the formation, and then they were going expecting him to throw the ball once again, but he just cut it up and there was nobody there.
Point at the attempt was almost blocked by the Panthers right there,
Yes.
but it's able to sneak its way through up the goalpost, and it's good. So with 3:48 remaining here in the third quarter, we're all tied at 17-17. We'll take a quick break, but keep it right where you got it. You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network, your home for community voices and Panther pride. We'd like to take a moment to recognize the Prairie View A&M Athletic Club, a proud supporter of Panther athletics since 1986. For nearly 4 decades, they've been standing behind our student athletes, building champions on the field and in the classroom. Now, we're honored to partner with them here at Open Mic to continue that mission, bringing you live coverage, in-depth stories, and the passion of Prairie View sports all season long. From the track to the gridiron, from tip-off to the final buzzer, Open Mic is proud to be in step with the Prairie View A&M Athletic Club, where tradition meets tomorrow. Stay locked in, there's more Panther action ahead, right here on the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Panther Stadium, where the Demons are able to tie this contest up at 17 apiece. And like you just mentioned, Coach, you said the Panthers are pretty much going to shoot themselves in the foot right now if they're not able to find a way to walk away with the victory after those last 2 drives.
Well, they gonna definitely, if it doesn't work out in their favor, remember those two, because you had the ball in the red zone. They were 2 for 2 previously in the red zone, and then the other thing, you got the interception. Then they get the ball, great field position, and don't get anything out. At a minimum, you want to at least get a field goal out of it. But that first sack really hurt the Panthers. So it's just one of those deals where you'll look back at that drive or that series of drives, and uh, if it doesn't work out in your favor, that's one you'll definitely remember.
Yeah, absolutely. At one point, both teams were trading, like you say, penalty markers.
Yeah.
At one point, just going back and forth. But the Demons are able to take advantage of that one that went into their favor. So now the Panthers are going to get this one and have a chance to at least get the momentum and regain it right back, because you can tell that it's all over there for the Northwestern side. You had them,
Got to get it back.
you had them drug down on the ropes for a second. You had the lead 17-10, and you're driving. And at least, like I say, you had a chance to make it a 2-point possession. Then they found a way to come out with no points, and now we're at a tie ball game, Coach.
Yes, like I say, it's just the momentum of the game, big plays. You don't expect the guys to be perfect, but you don't want to hurt yourself. A big part of winning is not beating yourself. Speaking of winning, I want to give a big shout out to Coach Henry Frazier, who brought me to Prairie View. He got his 100th victory as a head football coach today. I'm not sure who they beat, but I know he has officially 100 wins as a college football head coach between here, Bowie State, North Carolina Central, and now Virginia State. So, Panther fans, if I don't know if you're Facebook friends with him and all that type of stuff, maybe send him a congratulations for his success as a head coach.
Yeah, I'm only 100 behind, Coach. I'm only 100 behind, so that's definitely a well achievement, a well deserved for Coach Frazier. So now he's trying to see if he could sprinkle one of those 100 wins over here for the Panthers, and they can try and regain the lead here on this drive, as the Demons tried to kick a little onside kick right there, and the Panthers muffed it at first, but was able to finally fall back on it.
Oh, he passed up 75, passed up the guy. He should have had he logged that guy. We call logging when you get outside of him and pin him to the inside. It would have been a long run right there because nobody was there. But when he didn't block that guy turning up, that changed the picture for everybody on offense.
Yeah, Bingman.
especially the running back.
Yeah, Bingham's trying to take that one and run it to the right side of the field, and it's only going to get no yardage, so it's going to make it a 2nd down and 10 now for Carter and his offense, working in the shotgun formation. Got 2 receivers to his left, 2 to his right. Just going to check this down to the receiver on the slant, and this is Connor. Connor's at the 50, Connor's at the 45, Connor's at the 40, pass midfield into the Northwestern side of territory. He's going to say he finally got knocked out of bounds at the 38-yard line.
Yes, good job. Like I say, he had plenty of time. Had an underneath route. All he was doing was reading the overhang linebacker. Whatever he did was going to be wrong.
So Carter trying to work quick now here with this offense. Going to hand this one off to Bingman. Bingman trying
Good
to bounce
job,
out the
receiver.
gets out to the corner. He's going to make one move, man. Going to be bounced out to the 15, bounce off a tackle to the 10, and finally stop at the 7.
Hey, the guy that made that play was number 9, Ojo. That was a great block because he saw what was happening, and then he went and cracked the safety. Now that means somebody else had to make that tackle.
So nice run by Beeman to get the Panthers inside the red zone, officially at the Demons 7-yard line. This one's going to be kept by Carter on the design keeper, and he's going to get to about the 5-yard line for a 2-yard gain.
Yeah, it looked like he was, but everything is so compressed down there. You would have thought he would have got more yards on that play, but because those guys don't have to respect the deep pass, they playing a lot closer to the line of scrimmage. But that was a good job by the offensive line.
Substitutions coming in now for both teams. Now the official gets away from the ball. We're able to zoom back into play. Shotgun formation for Carter. Carter's just going to pitch this one forward to the tight end on the shovel pass right there.
Mm-hmm.
But good coverage right there by the defensive lineman, not falling asleep right there and just kind of almost blowing past the little shovel pass right there.
Yeah, sometimes you'll see that guys will come upfield on that one. The quarterback could have carried the fake out a little bit more this way. That would have made the hole bigger for the H-back.
So 3rd down and goal now for the Panthers. Ball is at the Demons 3-yard line. Carter rolling to the right side. Carter's going to throw this one to the tight end. Tried to hit the little out. Sorry, tried to connect with his wide receiver, Rockwell.
And that was the same play they ran against Texas Southern. They got called for the pick in the Labor Day Classic. So they didn't get called for the pick, but they probably could have made a little bit more of an effort to rub it and push the guy that was covering him more into the end zone than what he did.
I don't know if I'm seeing the same thing, but it looks like Carter could have almost ran that one in too. I mean, I don't know, but like I said, I'm up here just calling the game, so it's going to bring out the field goal team for the Panthers, and this one's going to be up, and it's good. So Mr. Webb, field goal attempt is good, so the Panthers are able to take the lead here on the field goal. So 1 minute and 7 seconds remaining here off the 20-yard field goal from Webb. The Panthers regain the lead here at Panther Stadium. We'll take a quick break, but keep it right where you got it. You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network. And welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen, to Panther Stadium here on the Open Mic Broadcast Network, where the Panthers were able to regain the lead off of that 20-yard field goal from Webb. So now the Panthers are going to kick this one away to the Demons, and they're going to be a fair catch called. And I was just about to say, Coach, they got away from the man that they want to kick it to, the one that's been causing all the fumbles.
And I should have looked to see, did they switch somebody else to that spot over there? So We'll see the next time the Panthers score.
So it was a fair catch called by the return team for the Demons. So they're going to get this one with good starting field position. Going to have this one at their own 42-yard line. So trailing 17-20 here, they have a chance either to tie or take the lead here. So working in a pistol formation is Johnson. Johnson's going to hand this one to the running back, Davis. Davis was trying to be patient and let the play develop, but it's going to run into a wall of Panthers waiting for him and just got back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, just inside zone. The Panthers did a good job of getting penetration right there.
And now for the Demons, going to take their time and hold up here, try to regain the little momentum that they just lost. Shotgun formation for Johnston to his right, one to his left. Fakes the handoff to Davis. Now trying to roll out to his right. Avoids one sack. Good, nice move to avoid the sack. And that's going to take this one and run and slide. Going to be shy of the 50. Going to say they're going to stop the slide at about the 46. And you see Johnson trying to plead his case. Like, no, man. At least give me to the 48. But no, sir.
He said, my bad. Like, say something, especially if you know you're not going to get hit. You dive and, sort of punch the ball into the ground. That's where they'll mark.
So Johnson's able to avoid the sack right there and pick up positive yardage. But that last play will take us to the fourth quarter here at Panther Stadium. The Panthers leading by a score of 20-17. Keep it right where you got it. We'll be right back for the fourth coverage between the Prairie A&M University Panthers and the Northwestern Demons. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Open Mic Broadcast Network. I'd like to make a little PSA announcement for S&J things. I'd like to have a little plate made for my color analyst, please, and thank you. No questions asked. As we get ready to start here for the fourth quarter, third down and 6-4. Johnson
Oh,
trying to. I don't know if this is an interception, coach, but he's trying to play this one off, get bounced off the turf.
well, no, it looked like he caught it, but the Prairie View defender knocked it away, and he just picked it up and did what he's supposed to do, run with the football.
So it's going to make it a fourth down, trying to hit his wide receiver Davis. Was that Johnson on the running back screen? Yeah, like I said, it looked kind of good from here, coach, but I don't know, man. Like I said, we just call the games here, but like I said, it's going to make it a fourth down and 6-4. The Demons, and they're going to bring out the punting unit now. So you got Andrew Dennis standing here at about his own 10-yard line, a high short kick, and nice job this time of securing the punt before it took another bounce, because the way that one was floating in the air, it was going to definitely take a Northwestern bounce right there.
Yeah, the Northwestern punter doesn't have the strongest day, but I would always tell guys I'd rather ball go over your head instead of hit in front of you and roll a lot. So then you got to deal with the wind conditions as well. So he made sure they didn't let the ball roll.
Yeah, earlier the wind was you say picking up, so you say it died down. So it hasn't been too much of a problem even for the special team today. But as we get set to go here, the Panthers lead by a score of 20-17. 14 minutes here in the fourth quarter. Panthers have this moving from left to right. This ball is going to be fake the handoff to the running back Bingman, and going to throw this one to Rockwell. Rockwell's going to slant across the field for about 11 yards, enough for the first down.
And that's an RPO where they reading the outside linebacker over here. A lot of people think that in the RPO game you only read the defensive end, but they reading the outside linebacker that's in the window out here. And now there's nobody in the window, so they can come back with the same play.
Shotgun formation for Carter. Carter hand this one off to Bingman. Bingman running to the right side and just trying to dance his way out of the defender's sight, but they weren't letting him go too far to that one, coach. They lost 2 yards on that run.
And you see the quarterback and center sort of going, I don't say back and forth, but the snap through the timing of the exchange off.
So it's going to make it a second down and 12 now for the Panthers. Ball is spotted at their own 28-yard line. Bingman goes in motion from left to right. He's going to connect with Rockwell and just sitting on. Say the ball is loose. You're going to see the ball is loose and recovered by the Demons. Rockwell on the reception was trying to keep his balance and trying to run to the right side of the field and like I said, keep the play alive, but almost like you said, you'd rather just take the 6 yards that you got and just fall down. Can't get you words out.
I'm laughing because I'm hearing what the coaches are saying next door. I think they're gonna review it and see was he down when he came out of that tackle.
I'm saying if you're Coach Jackson, you would at least hope that they would at least try to take a look at it, but they're not showing any indication that they're going to, and it's going to stand as a fumble here.
They may take a shot right here.
So it's going to bring the offense out on the field for the Demons. There's going to be a screen going to take a double pass. Actually going to be intercepted by the Panthers. Trying to return this back to the right side. Trying to follow his blockers now to the right side of the field. At the 35 to 40. Trying to make a cut. It's going to be wrapped up out of bounds. So the Panthers get the ball right back.
See, that's what we talk about, sudden change, trying to hit a home run. And you can hear the coach next door. That's why I was laughing, because you could hear him say, if it's not there, throw that son of a gun out of bounds. And I think just, it's a running back throwing the ball. It looked like I don't know if he was hit or the ball just slipped out of his hand.
No, Coach, no, I don't want to be blatant lying. That ball didn't have a chance to get into.
Oh, no, not at all.
It was trying to hit the wide receiver, but that ball was 10 yards short of even getting close to him, and just right, like I say, playing catch was the interception man right there, number 4 for the Panthers.
Now the thing is, can they take advantage of all the time? Like I said, you can't, as a team, you like to say you can't keep giving away what the defense is giving offensively.
So Randall's able to pick this ball off and give it back to his Panthers offense, and this first play is going to go backwards. So it's like they're running away from that run game, Coach.
Yeah, sometimes you're thinking because the box is so crowded, you have to try to get the ball to the edge of the defense. But because Prairie View had, minus maybe one play, hit them real deep vertically, the Northwestern State defenders are not getting deep drops. So, and the ball is getting out fast. So when you get the ball out fast, it's pretty much like running a toss play. Everybody knows where the ball is.
So that screen to Bingman goes for a loss of 3 yards. So it's going to make it a 2nd down and 13 now for the Panthers. Shotgun formation for Carter. Carter's going to hand this off to Bingman.
Right
Bingman running to the left side. Bingman trying to stay in bounds. Bingman's going to run out of bounds.
So it's going to be 3rd and a good 5 or 6 right here.
So it's a 3rd and manageable now. It seems like these last couple of plays for the Panthers, they have been going backwards. Don't know why the Panthers would try to run out of bounds on that one, Coach. You want to stay in bounds on that one, what do you think?
Yeah, but the clock is going to keep running, so it really doesn't matter. But, he's going back to the short side of the field.
3rd down and 7 now for the Panthers. Ball is spotted at their own 47-yard line. 12 minutes remaining here. They need 7 to keep the drive alive. Carter in the pistol formation is going to connect with
good
Bateman.
Play by the defense.
It's a nice tackle right there by number 10 for the Demons. Making that tackle was the linebacker, Fernando Washington. Nice overfield tackle to keep Bateman short of the 1st down.
Yeah, the thing about, like I said, once again, he's getting the ball out so fast, it doesn't give the defenders time to drop where you need that separation. And then sometimes you just hope your running back makes the guy miss, but, when he's running at that angle, he's not going to miss.
So ball is at midfield. It's 4th and 4, but the punt team is out for Tremaine Jackson and the Panthers. Back deep to return Atwell's punt.
No, somebody needs to run to the goal line.
Don't know if that.
No, it didn't, because you would have definitely known by the reaction of the Prairie View players.
For a second.
Down at the 5, so defense need a good stop. Keep field position on this end of the field.
So the Panthers are able to flip the field and pin the Demons inside their own 10 at their 5-yard line. So we'll take a quick break. But when we come back, the Demons are going to have this one trailing by a score of 20-17 to the Panthers. Keep it right where you got it. You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Panther Stadium, where the Panthers are leading by a score of 20-17 over the Northwestern Demons. Right now, the Demons have this one backed up inside their own red zone. It's an end zone, I should say. Officially at their own 5-yard line. Johnston worked in a pistol formation, trying to see if he can hand this one off. They're actually going to keep this one and run this to the right side. Cuts back up mid.
Almost got it out.
Gets tackled from behind right there. Panthers cornerback. Say number 25. Starling right there making the tackle. And actually a good tackle right there because Johnson, if he was able to get away from Starling, he probably would have picked up
That's the same play he
yards.
scored on that they went back to.
But it does make it a 2nd down and 2 now for them. A lot more breathing room now for Johnston. In the shotgun formation, he's going to take this and throw a quick hitch to his tight end, Moore. Just sitting right down for the 3-yard reception. Just a quick hitter right there, Coach.
Yeah, just a double slant with the tailback runner, a swing route, and all these. Like I say, everybody got these conflict defenders. If that guy that's over the slot stays outside, he's going to throw the sit route. And then if the guy comes with the sit route, then he's going to throw the swing route to the tailback coming out of the backfield.
Had a little stoppage in the play so we can get the substitutions in, but we're ready to go here.
Good job, defense.
This ball's going to be handed off to the running back, but he's going to be met immediately and wrapped up and be lucky if he got back to the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, maybe a loss of 1 or 2 on that play. They brought some edge press, like an overload blitz to the side that they were running the zone to. So it worked out perfect for the Panthers on that situation.
Yeah, wrapping them up right there was number 95, James Cate III on the tackle for the loss of 2. So number 93, Jamal Marshall on the tackle. So it's going to make it a 2nd down and 12 now for the Demons. Johnston trying to roll to his right. He's going to take this one and throw this one into the Panthers' sideline. Didn't have anyone open. Good pressure by the Panthers and good coverage by the Panthers.
Yeah, and they brought the blitz from his right side, so he was rolling to his left hand and tried to flip his hips and throw it. And that's not an optimal throw for a quarterback, a right-handed quarterback rolling to his left and trying to flip his hips. Some guys, they'll just rather throw it while they're running that way instead of trying to flip his hips like he did.
Yeah, don't tell Brett Favre.
And some jokers, like I say, he don't have Brett Favre on. You know, what he had was a different animal, as they say.
Now, this will be a 3rd down and 12 now for Johnston. Trying to step up in the pocket. Now he's going to step back, just trying to let the play develop. Going to roll to his right. Now just going to sit there. Now they're going to avoid backwards at the 5. He's going to keep this one. Now he's going to be back, run to the 10. Has one blocker in front to the 20. He's going to try to stemple. Catch his feet to the 25.
It's going to be close, but they're going to punt this football.
So out of all of that running, he needed 12 yards and going to be about 2 yards shy.
He probably ran 100
I
yards
was
on
just
that
about
play
to say, just on that
to
play
get
alone.
6 or 7. But he had all kinds of good job by the Panther defenders, what we call matching up or plastering with a guy on the quarterback scramble. Then you let the linebackers and the defensive line take care of the quarterback.
So it's going to make it a 4th down and 2, and the Panthers.
Maybe the 35-yard line.
Yeah, for a second, that punt didn't look like it was going to go much far. But
it was a low spiral, so when it hit the ground, it rolled forward, and it wasn't like the one that was spinning backwards on him. So that's why that ball took off.
So the Panthers are going to catch a break there, able to stop and stall out the Northwestern's offensive drive right there. So they have a chance to get the ball back and a chance to add on to their lead here, leading by a score of 20-17 here at Panther Stadium. We'll take a quick break. We'll keep it right where you got it here. You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Panther Stadium, where the Panthers are leading the Demons by a score of 20-17. So far, like I said, a lot more defense in the second half, Coach.
Yeah, I mean, look like we stuck on almost where we were at halftime. But, some of it is you can attribute to bad offense, but some of it is, man, them guys making some plays, getting to some balls, taking advantage of turnover opportunities, punching the ball out. So it is some good defense. Here come the ISO again.
Panthers have it now. Ball is spotted at their own 33-yard line. Ball's going to be handed off to McDowell. McDowell trying to run this one up the middle of the field. Got stopped for a little bit.
Got a good 7 out of it. You'll take that. Like I say, it goes back to first down efficiency. You didn't get a penalty, and it wasn't an incomplete pass. So you'll take that all day.
Yeah, the forward progress is going to stop McDowell at his own 40. So let's say that's a 7-yard gain.
They got 2 receivers out here wide open.
Yeah, you got 2 receivers here down at the bottom. So
the
2 receivers
had
left.
To get off the field. That's what kept them from snapping it, though.
Shotgun formation. This ball's going to be handed off to McDowell. McDowell's going to run to the right side of the field
pancake. Now. Serve him up, baby.
You can see the lineman right there downfield after you hear Coach Northern indicating after that pancake play. You got to love that, huh,
that's
Coach?
A flat backer right there. Man, as a coach, you love to see a guy blocking like that. I'm going to tell you something, too, man. And I'm going to have to look up the kid's name, but I remember who he is. But I was buying some food for my daughter and I. My wife was out of town and ran into one of the offensive linemen. Man, the most pleasant gentleman ever. I remember his major is like cybersecurity or something like that.
Oh, you're a smart one, too. Yeah. Huh? So, as you get set to go back here, this screenplay goes to the receiver. He's going to go for a first down. And the next one's going to be handed off to McDowell. McDowell's going to lower that shoulder. And it looks like a couple of Demons are going to wreak havoc at the end of that play, as they might have caught some friendly fire at the end of that.
Hey, man, McDowell is a joker you don't want to tackle late in the game. Man, like I said, I play defense, and I don't know how many times as a safety I would want to see me and him in the alley together. He ran into one and ran over another one.
Yeah, that doesn't even seem possible when that happened, but it just happened.
I remember last year coming to some games, and he would have guys making business decisions late in the ball game.
Well, you see right there, they had to recap right there. He ended up injuring 2.
But like I said, another first down plus 7-yard run.
So they have this one spotted. They say it's a 2nd down and 3 now after the 7-yard run by McDowell. So a lot of heavy McDowell this drive right now. I was going to give it right back to McDowell once again. McDowell trying to stutter his step. Just spins out of a tackle now at the 20, trying to make a cut back upfield. And he does so successfully. He's going to be cut down, finally brought down at the 10-yard line, but he's inside the red zone, officially at the Northwestern, you could say the 9-yard line.
Man, that's body blows right there. You can see him catching because they coming up to him, not getting him to the ground. See, they late trying to line up to
Carter working quickly. He's going to hand this off to McDowell once again. McDowell trying to get his way into the end zone, but he's going to be about 5 yards shy.
Look at how many white jerseys are flying backwards at the end of the play. Prairie doesn't have to wait right here. They need to snap this ball.
As they're trying to do so, they don't get the 12-man off the field. This one's going to be handed off to McDowell. McDowell trying to stutter step his way in, and he's going to be in for the 5-yard touchdown run. Not seeing any penalty markers on the field right now, Coach.
Ran over another guy, and he had some great blocking because it was him and the safety one-on-one. So that means the offensive line did a great job of getting to the second level.
So you're able to run off 3 minutes off of that clock and extend your lead here. 26-17 is our score.
Two-score game.
Hitting the point after the attempt from number 47 for the Panthers, and that is Aiden Webb. Snap is good. The hold is good, and the kick is up, and it is good. So 5:21 remaining here in the fourth quarter. The Panthers leading by a score of 27-17. We'll take a quick break, but keep it right where you got. You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
Join us each and every Sunday morning, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, For a word of encouragement from the Temple of Refuge Ministries, simply dial 857 777 0000. Building the kingdom, one soul at a time. Temple of Refuge Ministries, Prairie View, Texas.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Panther Stadium, where we just got through discussing our own NIL deal that we're going to try to do here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Coach Northern cannot get himself after that well job done by the offensive line, just creating room for McDowell to follow his blockers and just, it's like I said, do the rest himself, like I said, but you can't get over the fathom of that block, Coach.
Oh yeah, hey man, like I said, you love seeing guys get knocked to the ground, and you love seeing guys. If you're on a certain team, your team dominating guys physically up front with a pounding uh, in the run game. So Prairie View, they went back to it, threw a couple passes just to keep them honest. But the main thing is they went back to what was working for them very well, and that's one of the things that Coach said. Yeah, we may be air raid, but a power running game that's gonna travel with you.
Absolutely. Like I said, they went away from the running game, but when they went right back to it, you can see it put points on the board for you to extend this lead. And like I said, you got a productive night so far out of both your running backs,
Both
Coach.
of them,
Like
man.
so,
You can't ask for much more. And your quarterback broke off a long run. So, like I said, you got a three-headed monster. It's almost, and they're not really running triple option. This is, and it's not a lot of zone read. It's more power,
smash mouth.
some counter,
Yes, sir.
some H-back counter. Bring the receiver in and make him block.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So the Panthers are able to extend their lead here. 27-17, 5:21 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Dylan Gomez kick, the kickoff. This one's going to take a bounce and
Oh, so that should still be a penalty on Prairie View because he caught the ball.
yeah.
He caught the ball out of bounds, which means that there's still a legal procedure. The ball was kicked out of bounds. It looked like it was going to take a bounce and come back towards the Prairie View kickoff team.
Well, see, he had to do so because if he didn't, you don't know how that ball's going to bounce, and it could end up in the hands of the Prairie special teams because he had about two Panthers waiting for him.
Yes.
So, like I said, a good heads-up play. Some might not think of it like that, but like I said, heads-up play, you still get the penalty yards and you get the ball back.
And I've seen coaches teach their players to put their hand on the ball with 1 foot out of bounds if it's that close. So it's still a penalty on the kicking team.
So 1st and 10 now for the Demons. Ball is spotted at their own 35-yard line. This ball's going to be handed off to the running back. Running back trying to run to the left side, and that's Davis. A little counter right there.
Yeah, they did a good job because they had an unbalanced line and ran the ball away from the unbalance.
So he's good to go for 9 yards with Davis right there, but it's saying it's inches. But
yeah, you don't want to give up anything at all, really. Especially you don't want to give up anything quick because that changes the way that they have to play defense.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're the Panthers, the only thing that's against you right now is time. 4:50 remaining here in the fourth quarter. You got a 2-possession lead. This one's going to be kept by Johnston. Was in the shotgun formation. There might be a penalty marker coming in, and it is going to do so. Johnson just trying to give himself up. Did take a late hit right there, and you can tell he is selling the job right there. But he did take a gruesome hit right there by Parker.
The referees need to watch their backs because it's about to be a scrum out there.
You can tell the frustration from the offensive lineman coming in to trying to defend their quarterback. But it's going to be a momentous mistake by the Panthers
It looked like he was trying to pull up, but the guy went lower than him.
Yeah, the momentum. They said the momentum
Yeah,
was already taking him right there, and he was trying to go lower than Johnston, but Johnston had already committed the slide. But it looks like they're going to take
yeah, they looking
things to
for
review for
targeting
yes,
because
sir.
his helmet came off and all that. Like I said, a lot of times it looks worse than what it is.
So while they take a quick second to look at it for review and for targeting, Johnston is able to walk, let's say stand up and like say at least acknowledge that he's still here on this earth after that taking that big hit. So as they look for targeting here, we'll take a quick break. But keep it right where you got. You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
Remind you that after the games, you can join us for the 1876 after party post game show. We'll go up and down the ins and the outs of the game that was for the Prairie View A&M University Panthers. You can join us 15 minutes at conclusion of the ball games. That's the after party 1876 post game show right here on the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. As you just heard from the head official that number 3 for the Panthers, that is Sterling Roberts, has just been DQ'd from the rest of this game.
And that also means he has to sit out the first half of the next game that the Panthers play.
So the Panthers catch a huge blow right there. Not what they won. They lose a huge piece on that defense. And right now, the Demons have it.
So, yeah, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
basically, why he had to go out because the trainers came out on the field. If the trainers wouldn't have came out of there to check on him, then he would have been able to stay in the game.
So that's Johnston that they were referring to that has to come out of the game for one play since the helmet came off. So coming in at quarterback to do it for one play would be number 2, Eli Anderson. So Anderson working in a pistol formation, 2 receivers to his right. He's going to hand this off. He's actually going to keep this one, try to
The
design,
lineman way downfield.
and he wanted to see if the receiver might have stepped out of bounds when he was trying to come back and catch that one as he was trying to reposition himself. Because that was kind of a funky play right there.
Is the same play they scored the touchdown on with the zone read with the quarterback running triple option basically, and how they did because one of the linemen was further downfield than the receiver that he threw it to. So
So it's going to bring back Johnston back out onto the field. So he's ready to go back here. We're looking at the 2nd down and 10. Ball is at the Panthers' 39-yard line in the pistol formation. Looking back to pass.
get off of that
Trying
block.
to
There
let the
you
play
go.
develop. Just take this one and throw it out of bounds into the Panthers' sideline. Just well covered all the way around by the Panthers.
Yes, great job. We call a delay dog. Once that 4th guy in the box, once he sees pass, then he gets into the action. That's who made the quarterback throw the ball away.
So the clock's going to stop at 4 minutes and 18 seconds. The Panthers leading by 2 possessions right now. Like I said, the only person that is stopping them would be that time. So right now, Johnston in the shotgun formation got 2 receivers to his left, 2 to his right. 3rd down and 10. Ball is at the Panthers 39-yard line. They got a false start.
Yep, false start by the slot receiver. Do I need to come closer? Good.
So the first huge penalty here in the 4th quarter on this drive is going to push the Demons back. So it's going to make this one now a 3rd down and 15 now for the Demons.
And it's 4-down territory, so you got to be expecting maybe something quick right here or going back to that screen. You don't want to give him all day.
3rd down and 15 now. Ball pushed back all the way to the Panthers 44. Johnson trying to take a shot downfield.
Oh,
Going to be caught by the running back, and he's going to be in for the touchdown.
He missed the interception and was able to get the ball on the skinny post. Guy went for the pick and didn't get it.
So the wide receiver, Ben Budson, and the one that's been
fumbling all day. So I guess he said I made up for my mistakes.
And that he did so to make this now a 10-point possession to try to make it to a 3-point possession, pending the point after attempt.
That was a rip throw by the quarterback. He knew he had the skinny seam and found a way to fit it in there.
Snap is good. The hold is good.
Almost blocked again.
And once again, like I said, the Panthers almost got that one blocked, but like I said, almost doesn't count. So now it's going to make this one 27-24 is our score. The Panthers are still on top right now, Coach. But you say you got 4 minutes and 8 seconds left. What's the thing we got to do here in this drive?
You telling your guys to make sure we take care of the football. Make sure that you can run it or throw some quick passes. Try not to go out of bounds, but you still had a 2-minute timeout. So both teams, man, it's a long game. We might be here till about 10 o'clock with both teams having 3 timeouts, and you had a 2-minute timeout. So we might be here for a while. It ended up like those basketball games with the 20 seconds and the full timeouts and the TV timeouts still.
Look now, Coach, last time you was hurting us. So, I like to get home at a nice, manageable time too, man. So, but now we have it here, 4 minutes. If you thought that the Panthers were going to run away with this one, needless to say, hold your horses right there as the Demons just make this one a little bit tighter of a contest than what it needed to be.
It's a lot of area to cover. I would bring that.
So the Panthers are lined up for an onside kick right now.
This much time.
A high, short kick. This one's going to be, you got to fall on it. Stewart, and able to do that for a second. You thought he was going to let it go like it was punt coverage.
That's a lot of space for him to cover.
But able to fall on it was Stewart. So the Panthers are going to have this one starting at their own 26-yard line, moving from left to right. Again, this is blackout night for the Panthers right now. So they're trying to see if they can end things out with the W.
Plenty of time left. You want to get you some first downs running the ball in particular. And you've been having some success, but some of that success may change if Northwestern State, see, they bringing that safety down.
Carter working in the shotgun
formation. Should be a good run box for the Panthers.
Ball's going to be handed off to Bingman. Bingman's going to run this one back up the middle. Bingman just going to lower his shoulder and finally going to be brought down. But a good run by Bingman to pick up the first down.
First down efficiency. Once again, they can still take their time.
You like to see them slow down here, Coach. See them kind of rushing to the line. I understand the degree you like the formation that's out there, but there's no sense to rushing the play. You got 25 seconds remaining on the play clock.
Yeah, they're in a 4-minute offense, so they're doing what, they're going to line up in the formation. Some teams actually keep their teams in a huddle, but since they're a no-huddle offense, some teams don't tell the center, don't put his hand on the ball till it's 8 seconds so guys can stand up and breathe.
So 3:20 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Ball is spotted at the Panthers' 43-yard line. This ball's going to be handed off to Bingman. Bingman trying to dance his way and trying to slip through a hole, but he's probably only going to get about 2 yards after that.
And don't be surprised if they run that same play and the quarterback pulls it because they trying to trail the puller from up top.
2nd down and 8 now for the Panthers. Ball is spotted at their own 45-yard line. 2:50 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Northwestern still has 3 timeouts. It still has a 2-minute timeout, trailing by a score of 27-24 here. The Panthers, like I said, just going to take off as much time as they can off that clock. The
They can take this all the way down to the 2-minute timeout.
Play clock is at 4 seconds. Now Carter finally gets the snap. He's going to hand this off to the new running back, McDowell. McDowell trying to dance his way out and in, and finally going to make a decision and stay back out on the numbers and say he picked up a positive gain of about 5-6 yards right there, making a 3rd and 2.
Mm-hmm. So they can take it down. Northwestern doesn't seem interested in calling a timeout. And then Prairie View is not going to call one right now.
Absolutely. So that will probably take us to the 2-minute timeout. We'll see if they decide to try to get one more play off.
They try to draw them off sides. Good idea.
They're not able to draw the Demons offside. So when we come back out of the 2-minute timeout, the Panthers will be looking at a 3rd down and 2. They need at least, say, 2 more first downs to keep to ice this game. So they're going to see if they can at least pick up one more here when we come out, listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
How you doing? It's the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince with the Open Mic Broadcast Network. People often ask us, how can they enjoy our daily content that we provide at the network? Well, there are several ways you can do so. You can first go to the website at obnradio.com. Once you get to the website, there is a 24-hour stream that you can listen to. And in the event that there's a live game going on, you can listen by clicking the Listen Live link or by dialing 857-777-0000. For those of you who may miss the live coverage, you can always join in on our YouTube channel at Open Mic Broadcast Network. And that, my friend, is how you stay up to date with the things provided each and every day here from the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
And welcome back, you ladies and gentlemen, to Panther Stadium, where the Panthers coming out of that 2-minute timeout, looking at a 3rd down and 2 here, Coach.
I think we're going to see some type of gap scheme or quarterback read right here.
3rd down and 2. Ball is a little bit past midfield into the Northwestern's territory, say at the 49-yard line for the Northwestern Demons. Carter in the shotgun formation had Connor in motion from left to right. He's going to come back and line up on the left side. 2 receivers to his left. Now he's going to come back in motion. It's going to be Cameron Peters, actually
First
the
down,
quarterback
baby.
in. I'm sorry. That's going to be Carter on the quarterback keeper. Need to get 2 and got 3.
Yeah, I thought they were going to go to the backside because when that guy came in motion, they brought the guy with the motion man. That means they won less on the weak side. So
Northwestern not calling a timeout right now. So 1 minute and 45 seconds remaining here to first
they'll
down.
take it after this timeout. I'm pretty sure they're going to take it. I would have taken it after that play right there.
1 minute and 30 seconds remaining here. The play clock is at 15 seconds. So about a 15-second differential between the play clock and the game clock. Right now, the Panthers are going to take this one and, like I said, snap it to about 3 seconds and take away as much time off. And
2 hands on the ball.
hand off to McDowell. McDowell's going to run this one to the left side and cut back up the middle and fall forward for another game of 5 yards. And now Northwestern's going to finally use one of those 3 remaining timeouts that they have.
Yep. So they'll be able to stop them. Let's see. They may get the ball, and if I'm Prairie, I may even punt it on 4th down, or either take a shot in the end zone. But that'll be a scary proposition.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's 1 minute and 12 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter. The Panthers leading by a score of 27-24 over the Northwestern Demons. The Panthers will be back in action next week when they take on Grambling State Tigers for the Cotton Bowl coaching. We hopefully we're there calling another win for the Panthers, but I know it's got to be a little bias for you right there, a little mixed emotions for both teams as you represent both of them.
I pull for both of them, and then like in a game like this, I might pull for the team that needed the most to win the SWAC, or I may pull it for the coach who job on the line, because I've been there and done that. Coaching, which is like I said, you coaching for your livelihood.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But now we're ready to resume back into here before the Panthers can get there. They got to escape here with the win. 2nd down and 5 for Carter in his offense. Ball is spotted at the Northwestern's 41-yard line. Ball's going to be handed off to McDowell. McDowell's going to make one cut back up the middle. He's going to successfully just slide down. The nice veteran move right there to ice the game, Coach.
Yep. Now they don't have enough timeouts, because even if they do call 2 timeouts, they can't stop it on 3rd down. So
it's one of the things that one of the things you see that's just mental leadership right there? Or just something that was told to him, Coach?
No, sometimes you'll tell a guy don't score. Sometimes you'll tell a guy to score, but then you put them back in a position of they have 2 possessions now, because they can break the kickoff back, score on the first play, score on the fluke play like they did just then, and then get an onside kick, and then everybody calling you the dumbest coach in the world. So this is a good strategy, because even they can, at the 1st down, that's probably going to take 5 to 7 seconds. They'll use a timeout. That'll be their last timeout. Now they have 40-second play clock to deal with, and all you have to do is take one more knee.
So right now, the Northwestern Demons only left with one chance to stop the clock. 1 minute and 2 seconds left. It's a 1st and 10 for the Panthers. Ball is at the Northwestern 23-yard line, but this is a one formation that every coach is going to be loved to see, and that's the victory formation, as Peterson getting this one, just kneels this one down.
And this is where we would end our practice on Friday in the victory formation. We would practice our Hail Mary defense, and then we would end in victory formation, just to like say, man, this is the way we want to end the game tomorrow. So that's that. Like I say, that's. And look, man, they still coaching on the victory formation. Telling the guy, hey man, line up right here like this, or, so it's always something going on. I'll tell you what I noticed before the game. Prairie View stretch line, nobody was on the line. Like I say, so you can see that the discipline of small things are there. And I always talk about ants and mosquitoes. So that's something that I noticed before the game. And I, looking forward to having these guys win this game. It'll be a big win for the conference. I don't care what their record is when the last time they won, or, playing a team out of their conference is always when you can beat them, a feather in your hat as a football coach.
Well, also, too, you got to give to them, Coach. They played a team that was well-disciplined, yet a team that committed the least amount of penalties coming into tonight, and in a way, outplayed them to that degree. So that's how you do it. The less the penalty you can commit, the more chance you have your seed winning the game.
Yeah. It's just one of those things, man. Like I say, people don't realize how hard winning football games is. Even if the Panthers play Walla High, it just depends. Sometimes you have some momentum swings. A guy, like I say, has a play on the ball, misjudges the ball, don't make the play. So it's different things like that goes into it, and people don't realize how much goes into it. They just look at records for the most part, or they just look at recruiting rankings and all that type of stuff. But it's bigger than that, as they say. It's bigger than Nino Brown.
Absolutely. As this final kneel down will conclude things here, as the Panthers are going to walk away victorious here. A one that came down to the end, but the Panthers find a way to get it done. 27-24 is our final score. We'll step away momentarily to give you the final stats here, but the Panthers are victorious here. Keep it right where you got it. You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
The birth of legends are storied in this conference. We must never forget our rich history. We now turn our gaze to the future. The new legends will emerge. New heroes to arise. The Southwestern Athletic Conference. Be our history.
And welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen, to Panther Stadium, where the Panthers are able to walk out victorious here over the Northwestern Demons. Because I keep on wanting to call them the Deacons, man. I just, God forgive me, man. But at least it's over when I ain't got to deal with it no more. But like I said, it's a good win for the Panthers, as you were saying. Doesn't matter who the opponent is, as long as that a win column is filled with a W, Coach.
Yeah, like I say, man, it'll be big for the guys, big for the conference. Like I say, no matter what the record is, but you can correct a lot better when you win a ball game than when you lose one. Now they'll listen to you differently too when you win a ball game. So that's good. You didn't want it to be this close, but like I say, if you take away the misjudged pass down there going in, which probably would have been a maybe a pick six because of where he was and where everybody else, you'll take it by 1 or 100. You'll take this victory.
So the Panthers are going to improve to 2-2 overall record and remain 1-0 in SWAC. As for the Northwestern Deacons, are going to fall to 1-3 and still remain 0-0 in Southwest Land Conference play. So today, the Panthers were able to total 494 total offense, with 346 of those coming from the ground, Coach. And Bingman
300 and what?
346.
Man, that's a lot.
Yeah, you had Bingman had 18 attempts for 180 yards. Wasn't able to find his way into the end zone, but you can take that 18, 180 yards any day, huh, Coach?
And you think about it, he had a chance to get in the end zone and took the knee to run the clock out. So, like I say, that's being unselfish right there. Well coached and unselfish guy.
Well, see, check that. That was actually McDowell.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. And McDowell had his third touchdown, Coach, for the day. So it actually ended up for 14 attempts for 104 yards. So he had two rushers over 100 yards. So, and then you can't forget about Carter. He had this 7 yards attempts for 56 yards with that long touchdown early in the game.
Yes.
But like I said, you got three rushers with over 50 yards. You can win a lot of ball games like that, Coach.
Man, it's hard to lose when you have 300 and something yard rushing, because that means the clock is running and you don't have a lot of time. Now, the only thing is, like I say, you want to get back to they had less than three penalties in the first half, and then the turnover numbers, you wouldn't be happy with that as well.
Yeah, the two turnovers for each team tonight, but actually no points ended up coming off of those turnovers, because you can say it's a squash. So both teams ended up with a fumble and an interception. But right now, you can say that the time of possession was a huge point of interest. The Panthers are able to outgain the Demons by 33 minutes to 26. But then, like I said, those red zone attacks too. The Panthers were able to capitalize on 4 out of the 5 attempts they were in the red zone, and keeping the Demons out of the red zone, Coach.
Yeah, like I say, you take away the big plays, it's a whole different ball game for Prairie View's defense. So I know that's something they'll want to clean up. They're gonna be happy with the ground game, uh, the turnovers that they end up getting. So, like I say, it'll be big for them going back to the drawing board next week. And look, he won't have any problem getting their attention for this next game because this is all everybody gonna be talking about.
Absolutely. But that will conclude matters here at Panther Stadium. The Panthers are able to come out victorious here on blackout night by a score of 27-24 over the Northwestern Demons. I am Philip Prince. I almost said the Deacons, coach. I almost said them. Said alongside, you mean was Coach Northern. And I don't know, we're seeing players do suicides after the game, but I'm gonna hurry up and get my way out of here if I had to end up with them, coach.
I'm gonna have to find out what is that all about with the guys. You know, it's probably something either penalty related or turnover related with the guys. Something dealing with accountability. It look like it's a wide receiver, so they may have had a certain amount of drops or bad alignments or something. So, they'll hold each other accountable. And look, I saw one team, the coach made the whole team
Syracuse.
run after the game.
Yes, sir.
He a different cat, but if you listen to him talk, you'll love him, man. I guarantee. I can see why. Probably nobody's batted an eye and said anything to him. And I remember my coach making us run in high school after a game. So, like I say, when you have a certain standard, you want to abide by it.
Yes, sir. The standard is the standard.
Yeah.
So, but like I said, that will conclude things here. I am Philip Prince. Alongside with me was none other than Coach Hines Northern. Would like to thank you for tuning to the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Until then, we'll see you on the other side, and you be blessed and enjoy you guys for the rest of the you guys' night.